You're rocking with King Troll. And I'm your boy, just call me Monty, aka King Gigawatt. P, just call me Monty. Back with an intro that make your head turn. Wave gang, making it happen. When will they ever learn that we stay strapped with the heat? Some all mass burn and I'm just here to assist. Like Steve Nash, turn back? Nah, never. I'm a goat with the intros. King Troll, EBL shooting, so get low. Squad so exclusive, if you ain't, then it don't matter. Right there's your home run when we pitch like a nice batter. This battle rap, and when it comes to that, we go talk. Exclusive battle league, man, they think it's a cakewalk. Until they come to battle and get smoked by a killer. Stop sleeping on the league, bet not come with mad filler. We out here, see I move different, just say the word. Call me David with that slingshot, throwing them angry birds. Yeah, it's King Jigger, I'm just talking, so pay attention. This is just the intro, but me snapping was my decision. Wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Anybody sleeping on us, we gon' put them to bed. It's Wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, dread like you got something to dread. It's Wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Anybody sleeping on us, we gon' put them to bed. It's Wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, dread like you got something to dread.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. Pieces is a form of art. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
Why didn't it do what it was supposed to do? See, bad job. There we go. Oh, I hit the wrong. See, tripping. Pulling the caps. Salute everybody. What's good with y'all? It's your boy Dave, EBL Dave, reporting live and direct from that exclusive Battle League network. You see what I'm saying? Live on YouTube. Salute to everybody that's tuned in. I see you. Cheesehead is in the building. Mr. Christopher Whitfield in the building. Mad Max is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. Salute to y'all for pulling up. Hey, look, I'm on time, y'all. I'm on time today, more or less 10, 15 minutes or whatever. Actually on time. I told you I was gonna do better this week. Last week was a little rough. Last week was a little rough. You know what I'm saying? We got through it though. We got through it though at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But now, salute to everybody. Chessboard. Next move should be against. Next move should be against cough syrup. Okay. I don't know what that means, Chris, but salute to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So since I see we got mostly guys in the chat this morning, Max, Cheese, talk to me. How was y'all's Mother's Day? Like, what did y'all like? Give me a brief synopsis of what y'all did for Mother's Day, because I know y'all weren't here. I actually went live in the afternoon on a Sunday, and none of y'all was here. Yeah, so like, give me a brief synopsis. What y'all do? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? You took out your mother. You took out your baby mama. You took out your wife. What y'all girlfriend? Whatever one. Let me know what y'all did. You gave her flowers in a all right. So Cheese said, "Say we gave her flowers in a balloon." That's what's up. What'd you do, Max? Uh, Cause we got it. Cause we got to talk about yesterday too. You just kicked it with the ladies and and y'all's kids. That's what's up. Yeah. Respectfully, I did the complete opposite because I planned ahead, right? So Saturday hung out with mom all day. Friday hung out with wifey all day. So that way Sunday wifey decided she wanted to go with her mom and her sister to go, and her grandmother to go spend time with them and take all the kids with her. I was like, all right. I'm like, go ahead, baby. No, that's no problem. That's no problem. He secretly planned secretly, had the house by himself. And my mom was like, hey, my mom decided to go hang out with my sister, and I told the story yesterday, but just to for people that wasn't here yesterday. Remember my sister? Remember my stepsister that her mom just passed away recently. Remember I was saying about that funeral, y'all? So my mom decided to go be with her. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, everybody had fun, so but had the whole house to himself. After the whole house to himself, I'm like, yep. I'm finna sit back, relax, chill, sleep, and then was like, hey, ain't nobody here. I might as well go ahead and go live. You know what I'm saying? And just talk with y'all for what was it, about hour and a half, 2 hours. And that's what we did. And like, hey, I think a lot of people were shocked that I was even live on a Sunday, especially on Mother's Day. I guess everybody thought like, oh, Dave ain't gonna be live. It's Sunday. Probably spend time with wife. Nope, I was there with y'all. But no, salute to y'all. You know, I don't know, for those that didn't catch it, I kind of crashed out a little bit on the live. Kind of was I got a little misogynistic yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's just pull it up. We're gonna recap it this way. I don't normally recap my own lives, but we're gonna do that today. Hold on, I'm about to show you. 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 Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. I got it, y'all. I got it. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all about to love this. All right, let me see. We're gonna switch here. There we go. All right, y'all ready? Let's watch a little bit of this. Let's watch a little bit of this. This is hilarious to me. We have to, because a lot of times it's a bit of a double standards when it comes to that word mother, right? Just because the words mother and father. Because a lot of you ladies out there, like I said, no disrespect, respectfully, and no disrespect, but y'all like to use the adage, oh, anybody, not every man is a father. Any man can be a dad, but not every man can be a father. Be honest with you, ladies. The same thing goes for y'all. It does. Because just because you open your legs and you give birth to a child, that does not make you a mother. That makes you a mom, but that does not make you a mother. Because a lot of you ladies out there don't be acting like mothers at the end of the day. Y'all act like moms. Yeah, I went there. We're gonna continue. By the way, this is the first time I think I've ever rewatched myself, which is kind of funny. You feel offended? This is if you feel offended, it's probably if you feel offended, then I'm probably talking to you. I'm just saying. Like I said, like y'all like to use the that stigma against men. The same thing. We got to keep the same energy when it comes to y'all at the end of the day. Because a lot, like we gonna be real, because a lot of you women out there, like I said, hey, Vicious, am I lying? Vicious, am I lying? Bobby, am I lying? Tell y'all the time. Stop me when I'm lying. It's a lot of y'all. Again, I'm gonna say it again. For people that's not pulling up. A lot of you women out there are moms, but y'all are not mothers. But y'all want to be but we still celebrate y'all on Mother's Day just because of the fact that just because we feel like being nice. And because of the fact that be honest, guys, we ain't trying to hear no backlash or backlash argument with y'all. So we're like, all right, cool, you got it. This your day, have at it. But yeah, a lot of y'all's moms, not mothers. A lot of y'all like we're gonna go further down the rabbit hole. I'm sorry, we getting a little red pill. We getting a little misogynistic for a second. My bad, y'all. But a lot of you ladies out there, y'all only using y'all children for a check. Or y'all using y'all child, or y'all using that child as to hold it as a carrot over your ex's head, so that way you feel like no matter what, you can always be attached to him. No matter what, he can't, as long as the child's there. If I want anything from him, I can get it, and he can't do nothing about it because of the fact of all I gotta do is say, oh, I need it for your child needs this, your child needs that. Yep, I said it on Mother's Day. I did. Shout out to my boy Caliber, wherever. What's up, Nachi? You missed the show yesterday. We were watching the show from yesterday. Where your boy? I crashed out a little bit, on Mother's Day. I decided to go. Decided to be a little bit. Throw some honesty out there to the people yesterday on Mother's Day. So we're watching it again, just for a minute. Where he's at, Caliber, I know you watch it. I can't wait till Cal comes back, because he's probably gonna come back to this like, Dave, I ain't gonna lie to you. You online. Hey, Vicious. I'm just saying, like, we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest. Y'all used to hold as a carrot over men's head. That way you feel like you can get whatever you want. Or like I said, you can always always keep that man in his life, especially if it's a dude that got money. Oh, y'all definitely doing it for a check. A lot of y'all. We there today. Before we get into battle rap, we are there today. I might get canceled, but if it is what it is, it might be a lot of women that's gonna watch this back and hit the dislike button. It is what it is. It is. We get into the honesty back today. Like I said, especially if y'all get one of them rich, y'all get a guy that got some money. Y'all be like, oh yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? We can do whatever. Got him. And then what happens? Oh, every time you need something, oh, it's y'all say, oh, I need 200 for this, or I need 200 that for the baby. No, it ain't for no, it ain't for the damn baby. No, it's because of the fact that you want to go, you want to get your hair done so you go hit the club at night. Mm-hmm. Again, if you feel offended, I'm probably talking to you. Again, if you feel offended, I'm probably talking to you. Because at the end of the day, if it don't apply, let it fly. And that be the and then what make it worse, that be the whole messed up part about the situation. Y'all can get away with that stuff. Dudes, we can't. As I said, this is what a whole double standard is when it comes to this shit. Dudes can't get away with that. Because let's be honest, most of the time when it comes to, you know, child support, or, you know, when you go into custody battles, yeah, shout out HB. Am I lying though? Am I lying? At the end of the day, we gonna be honest. I am a married man with 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Am I lying though? Yes, I definitely woke up and chose violence. It is what it is. But no, what am I about to say? Like, again, y'all can get away with it. Men can't get away with it. Because look, let's be honest. When it comes to custody battles, what happens most of the time? The woman gets awarded custody. The women get child support. It is more difficult for a man to get custody and child support from a woman than it is from a man. And a lot of women out there, y'all take advantage. Y'all know the system. Y'all know how the system works, and y'all take advantage of it. So y'all know that. Go back to what I said earlier. Y'all know if you got an issue with a dude, you sleep with him, have a kid with him, all you gotta do is like take the nigga child support or try to get custody for him. And now you dangling that child over. Oh, you dangling that child over that man's head for the rest of his life. No, I got it. I got the speed. I got the speed turned up on it. That's why it's going faster than usual. Nachi, you want me to slow it back down, or you good? And y'all, and then that makes y'all. I'm sorry. Let me slow down. That makes y'all think y'all are y'all. That gives y'all the right to be able to just say whatever you want to that man, no matter what. No, it don't. Y'all can just disrespect for that. Just talk to that man any kind of way. Oh, you ain't ish. You ain't never gonna be ish. You don't come around. You don't come around enough to be with your child. Like, y'all use any tactic y'all can to sit there and try to degrade and downgrade and degrade that man. Mm-hmm. Again, if you get offended, this is probably you're probably looking at yourself in the mirror right now. If what I'm saying offends you, it's because you know it applies to you. Hold on. Now she says she knows several men with full custody. Yes, again, I didn't say there weren't men with full custody, but remember what I said. The majority of the time when it comes to custody battles, it is awarded to who first? Not me, not people that look like me. It might look like me. I mean men. More people like women. Just being honest. We speaking honesty yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Hit the like button, people, on your way in, by the way. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. HP, salute to you. Vicious, salute to you. Greg, salute to you again. You know what I'm saying? Let's like we gotta be honest with y'all. And then ladies, like, y'all gotta understand. But then back to the sentence, it's like y'all would sit there and just batter that man verbally, punching him. And he's just supposed to be able to stand there and take that. But then when he finally snap and go off on you, oh, I can't believe you just went off on me like that in front of my child or in front of the child or this, that, and third. Oh, but it was okay for you to sit there and just call me. I ain't ish, and I don't do enough for my child, and this, that, and the third. No. It's okay for you to sit to just attack me verbally in front of him. But when I go off and cuss you out, then I'm wrong. No, that's not how this works. I'm sorry, it's not. Get mad if you want to. Like women, a lot of y'all women really don't understand the kind of mental fortitude the mental fortitude that men have to have and go through when they deal with some of y'all. Be honest, because y'all like to say, oh, men are stressful, this, that, the third. No, y'all are more y'all can stress out a man more than a man can stress out a female, because of the simple fact of y'all will get dirty and use any tactics we can. I'm not. Hold on. No. So hold on. Salute to Ziggy. Shout out Capo. Capo, how you feeling? I heard you was in a hospital last time. You good? Hey, he said put some bass in my voice. Look, it's the microphone. I still got to learn how to adjust it to get the actual catch the bass part of my voice. You did. That's one of the things I'm still trying to. It's on the list of everything I want to do. To do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not attacking mothers. I'm not attacking mothers. I'm attacking women that are moms, not mothers. That's what we're doing, Diddy. Salute to Diddy in the building. like we gotta be honest, and ladies, y'all gotta be honest with yourselves. Like I said, back to the whole dangle again. We're gonna run it back again. Back to the whole dangling the child over that man like that. Y'all have to realize that like if the relationship is up, then it's up. Like y'all can co-parent, right? Y'all can co-parent. Let that man move on in his life, whether he wants to find be with another female, or if he just, or and this, that, and the third. Like, and that's the other thing. When y'all see the man move on and move on with his life to be with another girl, y'all try to be like, oh well, you can't come see your son you can't come see your child as long as so and so is around her. Like what? How does that make sense? That's still his child. You can't like y'all will sit there and be like, oh, because y'all want to be bitter, and because y'all want to be bitter, and y'all want to sit there and look at it like, oh well, he's moving on, and he ain't gonna have time for me. He's not supposed to have time for you. When he's moved on, when the relationship is in, the only time he's supposed to have for it is if y'all have a child together, is that child, and that's it. You're the one that's supposed to be moving on and try to move. And if you want, hold on, go ahead, King, you got it. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Yeah. What up, Dave?
What's up? We watching the live from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I figured I'll throw a wrench into the planter this morning. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't even catch it from yesterday. You mean your Mother's Day
crashing out? Yes.
Yeah.
Look, that's what everybody's talking about. Like Kappa said, he wants to join. He wants to talk his stuff on this topic. Everybody like, Dave, Matt, why was you mad on Mother's Day?
Yo,
like
you froze on my side right now. That shit is crazy.
That's because that's the video, fool.
Oh, yo, oh shit, I'm bugging. Yeah, yo, what the hell? You got the same shirt on?
No, that's a green shirt I had on. Just remember my lights are dark. I got a black shirt on today. Capo, what up?
Salute.
Yo, good morning, everybody. Ziggy, what up, nigga? Ziggy K. Everybody, make sure y'all throw that Ziggy K up in the head. You know what I'm saying? Early in the morning. Y'all know the vibes.
Grand Rising. Can y'all hear me?
No,
yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Good morning.
I'm at work, so how's everybody doing?
You missed the invite I sent you the other day, but it's all good.
No, I wanted just to say my piece on, I give all the credit to all the good mothers out there, the ones that are nurturers, the ones that hold their kids down, the ones that make sure their kids, and make sure her and her baby daddy or whatever is in that child's life. They're not holding the kids over the father's head. That's not a mother to me. That's a scumbag ass bitch. That is a gutter rat. That is somebody that just never needed to have kids, because you can't use your kids as a fucking pawn because you're mad, you're scorned, you're upset. All these things. You can't do that. You can, but at the end of the day, you hurt your kids. That's who you hurt. You hurt the fathers that want to be in their kids' life. I've been through all that. My ex-wife tried to tell me you can't have your kids if you with that white bitch.
What did I just say, people?
Right?
What did I just say?
He told
I
my
heard
kids.
it on the recap.
She told my black kids that your father loves his white son more than he loves y'all.
What?
This is the same woman that when we divorced, I flew out her older son. She cheated on me and got pregnant. And then 2 years later, after that, after I dumped her, she came back. My stupid ass took her back, but I was going through some things. So my stupid ass took her back. I took care of her son for years until we got divorced. Even after we divorced, I flew him down, spent time with him because I was the one there. His father, he didn't know who his father was, what he looked like, none of that. In his mind, I was his father.
Y'all still got that relationship?
Who, me and my ex-wife?
No,
you and the son.
You and the kid.
No, we don't. Okay. She took that away. But it's convenient for her. But she like to put it in my face. You know, you only care about your white son. How is that when I took care of your son that you cheated on me with? I mean, your son.
Wait, hold on, bro. What we cooking right there, bro? We on TV. We live and shit. What you mixing the baking soda and the? Yo, we need to drop that track in the back.
You said you're making what?
Blueberry muffins right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what we call them now? Blueberry muffins. Got it. Cold boy. Blueberry muffins out here.
What do you call them?
Nah, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, I feel you, Capo. That's definitely a fact. Like, yo, I hate when females do that shit. They use the kid as a fucking, you know.
Yeah.
As an excuse to try to get shit their way. And then a lot of times too, it'd be even worse. Like they fuck around and put somebody on child support. Then you find out that the damn kid she don't even use the damn money for the kid. Fucking
no, they never do.
Key. I literally said all this. I literally said all this yesterday, and everybody was just watching when we recap. What I just said is literally said the exact same thing, verbatim.
I'm like, yo, then I send you child support. Why my kid over here looking crazy? You out here with red bottoms. You fucking got your hair done, nails done. What the fuck going on over here, bitch?
Right. I'm gonna go get my hair done. What money, bitch? You don't got a job.
Max, y'all. Max, did y'all not just hear me say this? Look, I'm again. Stop me when I'm lying about shit at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I've been through it all. I've been through it all, literally.
They come bring your kid and shit to come see you with one pair of fucking clothes. Like, yo, where the fuck my kids' clothes at, bitch? Like, they be bugging. But that's not all, you know. Some moms definitely, you know.
It's not all moms. It's just those certain. It's just like we separate bitches, hoes, and women.
Right.
We separate these women, real mothers, from scallywags.
Again, back to what I was saying yesterday, and when I'm gonna say it again, is a difference. Just like they like to say, there's a difference between being a dad and a father. There's a difference between being a mom and a mother. Just because you give birth does not make you a mother. That makes you a mom. The way you raise that child, and what in the upbringing that's what makes you the parent, which is a mother or father at the end of the day.
My youngest son's mom tried to do the same thing because she saw how my ex-wife did me, right? So when she got mad, she did the same thing. But at least my youngest son's mom, we had a conversation. Because it's like, you can't expect what you cannot do. Don't expect from me what you're not gonna do. And so when they want to use my kids as pawns, I don't speak. I don't say anything. I let them get mad because all they doing is trying to piss me off. All I want to do is be a co-parent. I don't care what you do in your life. As long as it doesn't affect my son or my kids, I'm good. But you're not going to hold my kids over my head because you think you can. You know what I mean? And my baby mama, she learned. And then, we had a conversation. and she finally opened up her eyes. I'm hurting my son more than I'm helping him because I'm in my feelings. I'm
Well, I'm
condemning him. I'm condemning him because of our old relationship. Even when I'm in a new relationship, I'm still condemning him. That's crazy. When you're in a whole new relationship and you still acting an ass towards your baby daddy because he left you or he cheated or whatever the excuse is that day.
I literally just said that. I use that.
Yo, what was the bitch from Don't Be a Menace? Are you my daddy? The bitch had like
Right,
fucking 11 kids.
right.
Yeah, Dashiki. There we go. Dashiki.
Yikes. But
We all know a few of Dashiki.
let's get back to watching the rest of me like getting mad.
Ziggy K,
No,
nigga, Ziggy K. My bad.
okay, let's watch this. Listen to the rest of what I'm saying, right? Then we're gonna get actually into the shit we're gonna talk about today. Find a different partner. Do that. That's your responsibility. It is not his responsibility to be the shoulder that you still cry on. That's not how that works. Especially when it's a bad breakup. Because that's the other thing. Even in the bad breakups, y'all try to use the shit even worse. Like, it don't work like that. Y'all got to start being honest with yourself. When the man
Hold on, Dave.
if he
Pause
move
that.
on and he find
Pause
another...
that. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Why you got the speed so damn fast on your own video? You gonna flag yourself, nigga?
Oh, no. I was just trying to get through it quicker. That's all. I didn't want it to be...
Oh. My bad. My bad. I can't hear what you're saying. You're like, you're
I can
talking
look.
too
You want
fast.
to put it back? You want to put it back on regular speed? I can put it back on regular speed.
All right, let's go.
All right, cool. The
Good
female,
day, sir. Good
and he
day.
seems happier without you, then you got to eat that. Either she's bringing something better, she's bringing something more to the table than you were when y'all were together, or you weren't doing what you were supposed to do at the time. Which means you got to look at the mirror. You got to go in there and look at the mirror and realize, what did I do wrong in the relationship that caused us to split?
Yo, can I ask you a question?
Oh, what's up? Maybe I argue too much. Maybe.
What made this topic just come up out the like? What put you in that bag yesterday?
I don't know. It was just something that was. It was just something that was on my mind. Like the night beforehand, I was just sitting there thinking about it. Like, it really there is that double standard when it comes to mom and mother and dad and father. And like it really started. Like as I was going through it yesterday, it really started breaking this shit down.
So do mamas get more praise than daddies?
Yep,
Yep.
they do. Our love comes with conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mother's love is unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard the term "there's only one mama and a dad could be anybody"?
But here's the thing. No, I have heard that. But
I hear that. Yep.
But then I think it goes back to what I said earlier. That's what I keep saying from the beginning. The difference between being a mom and a mother and a dad and a father. You see what I'm saying? Like any woman can be a mom. Right. Any any woman can be a mom, any man can be a dad. All you gotta do is sleep with somebody, baby comes out, boom, you're a mom, you're a dad. But there's a difference between being the father and the mother. You see what I'm saying? You can and even in custody battles, like with what you just said, King. Like if a guy gets custody, right? And then he decides to move on and finds a girl that he wants to be with that takes that child in, then yeah, at that point that child that's a mother figure. You see what I'm saying?
Here's a story. I know this guy, right? He's a great father. Great father. Certain situations happen where certain things in life happen, and he had to go into a shelter with his son. He did that when he went to the shelter with his son. He was thinking that the process, because he had a kid, the process would be a lot faster because of other situations that he heard of with mothers and kids that go into the shelter, and they kind of help them real quick. Him, unfortunately, that they didn't really help him, so they kind of dragged his situation. It took a long time. I don't know if it was because I think because he was a man and he was with his son, and they didn't really, they expected him to deal with the situation a little different. Even though his situation was crazy, he lost everything, dead ass. Like he would not even been in there if it wasn't for his situation. Trust me, I know. But they took mad long to help him, bro. And there was like a lot of people, just like females with kids, just like passing him. Like they'll come in and they'll be there for 6 months and gone. Like he was in there almost 2 years till they finally helped him.
Mm-hmm. Why does that sound like a movie almost? Like there's a movie that was something like that.
Nah, it's not a movie. I mean, was there a movie like that? I don't know, but it's just I'm just saying.
What was the Will Smith movie when he was homeless and it was just him and his son, and he had to find.
Oh, that was when he was selling the Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah,
Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah. Okay. But no, that's correct. But see, and that's again that goes back to the double standards. The double standards is even in the system. Like like you said, all these mothers with kids, they got them out. They would get like that. You know what I'm saying? But like for him to have to wait 2 years is wild. When he's in the same he's literally in the same situation as them. The only thing that makes it different is he's a guy and they're and they're females. That's it. It's the double standards is everywhere and amongst society.
I want to say this too. Are you black women out there? Stop trying to take what the system is. The system was made for the white people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all going out here trying to sue and get child support and all this shit because that's all y'all look at. I can sit at home. I can make this nigga pay for this child. I can go and take care of myself. Now you hear what I said. Take care of herself, not her kids. And that's how we're going to play this, because y'all see these white women, and these white women, they're stay-at-home moms. Mm-hmm. Their husband is taking care of them, mm-hmm. So they have a better chance of getting something compared to you. Point blank. This feminist shit, that's for white people, not black women. Mm-hmm. That's what's wrong with y'all white. That's what's wrong with you black women, though. For real. Y'all think y'all white. Y'all not. You're not. Y'all put this in the system for what? Because they want you to. That's what the white people want you to.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Like y'all gotta smarten up and be smart. Yeah, but y'all only thing y'all think about is money. Y'all don't even think about the kids like that. Now, I'm not gonna say that about everybody though. Now there are some deadbeat motherfuckers out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
So I understand it. So it's just not on women.
Mm-hmm.
But they gotta take accountability for them shit too.
Mm-hmm. No, and I agree with you. There are just like they're deadbeat moms. They are deadbeat dads. Like I understand that. Like back to what I said. Like I said in the video. Like women putting the men on child support. I get it. But if it's like if you're doing it out of spite because he's with another female or like
is there more deadbeat dads than fucked up mamas?
No, there's a way fucked up mamas.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
But no, I
was just wondering what the numbers would be statistically. Is there more fucked up pop dads or more? You looking it up, Dave?
I can look it up.
All right, we're just looking it up to see what they say.
More deadbeat moms and dads. Wow, that came up quickly in Google search.
Damn. Okay. Somebody was looking at this yesterday.
That's because we're talking about it. No, that's because we're talking about it. They hear you.
Yeah, that's a fact. Damn AIs and shit.
Census. Let's see. Census figures show only 57% of moms required to pay for child support. 385,000 women out of a total 674,000 give up some or all the money they owe. That leaves up some about 289,000 deadbeat mothers out there. In fact, that has barely been reported in the media. So you're talking about 43% of moms are not required to, are what they call deadbeat mothers. Let's see.
And that's the ones and those are the only ones that have been recorded.
Yep.
It's just like how women say men cheat more than women. No. No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Nah, y'all women cheat more than men.
And we're not just talking about, and it's not just talking about sex. Y'all can sit there. Y'all will sit there and cheat emotionally, intellectually, all of that. Just, there's more than the cheating than just sleeping with somebody or kissing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's inaccurate, Ty? Talk to me. You don't think there's a that there's that many deadbeat moms out there? Let's see. Let's see. I found another article. Dads are having.
I know about 10 of them right now. The fuck?
Mm. Okay, over the past decades, there's been a significant increase in this trend in America. About a third of total child support owed to custodial parents goes unpaid each year. These unpaid amounts partially represent the deadbeat parents who fail to care for their children. While historically the term deadbeat has popularly been applied to absent fathers that haven't supported the mother of their children. Today, single fathers are actually more likely to be screwed by their exes than are single mothers. In 2011, 32% of single fathers with sole custody didn't receive any of the child support that had been awarded to them. This number is compared to 25% of single moms with the same situation. Therefore, statistically speaking, custodial single parents that are men are actually more likely to receive no support from the other parent than are women. There's still far more custodial single mothers than fathers, but that is changing. Single dads are on the rise in the United States with nearly 3 million households led by a single father, which is nearly a tenfold increase from 50 years ago. Men now lead about a quarter of all single parent families, and if the trend continues on the current trajectory, 1 in 10 American households with children will soon be run by a lone father. Amongst Caucasian Americans, the chances of being a single father are even greater, as is the likelihood that the mother will not contribute in any meaningful way. Um, for now, the profile of single fathers differs from that of single mothers. The majority of single dads are divorced, while nearly half of all single moms have never been married. Although the number of single dads has grown rapidly, there are still many more single moms in America. In 2011, single moms with custody comprise, around 8.6 million households, which is still far greater than 3 million homes run by single dads. Single fathers tend to be worse off financially than their married male counterparts. However, true to the gender pay gap, they still tend to do better than single mothers. Overall, society seems to be recognizing the importance of dads as parents, as new research demonstrates the importance of a father in a child's life. Single dads are also more likely to be living with a domestic or romantic partner than are single mothers. However, that appears to be changing as more dads are remaining single than ever before. So what does that all mean? Simply put, more and more dads are having to step up to the plate to take care of children and are thus taking on roles that have traditionally belonged to the mother. Single dads are further increasingly doing it entirely on their own with no support from the mother or another woman. Popular culture in America has paid homage to the single dad on more than one occasion. However, little mention has been made to the alarming trend of children that are now growing up without mothers as a single father. I personally recognize that women are an important presence in the life of a child, and the increasing number of kids that are growing up without one is very troubling indeed. What's up, Mel?
Squad, what's up? King, what's up? Dave, what's up? Capo, what's up?
What's goody? What you got? What's your thoughts? What you got on the topic?
I like this topic because I was thinking about this. Let me give you a little story real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, since you speaking facts, let me give you a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say about kids, right? Like that they need parents.
Mm-hmm.
A kid that grows up with both parents, 9 times out of 10 is more successful than a kid that don't, right?
Right.
But a kid that grows up with his dad is just that successful as the kid. Like they did the numbers. The kid that grows up with pop grows up to be just that successful as the kid that grew up with both parents. The kid that just grows up with mom, he be fucked up.
Now, why do you think that is, Mel, in your opinion?
That's because I was thinking about this. That's because a lot of times women keep kids from their father out of spite. Like, cause I've seen it. Like they be mad at the dude, or like the dude get like for example, in my family, like my aunt, this happened like a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, this had me thinking about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She's older, right? She gotta be in like her mid-40s. She's pretty and all that. Like she's a nice looking woman. So this young boy was trying to come at her. He had to be like, I'm 34. He had to be like 27.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to come at her. Like he a well-built dude, whatever. Like, you know, he looked grown. He didn't look like no young boy, but he trying to come at her. She like, the first thing she said, she like, oh, you a child. You a child. She kept saying that, like, no, he said he a kid, he a young boy. And I was thinking, like, when you broke up with Chet, like when she had her kid, she was around 27. And she put her baby dad through hell, and he no longer around. And I was thinking, like, so she just called the 27, 28-year-old man a child. But when her baby pop, when they were,
right,
she was expecting him to be you get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Just call another man a child, but when you were that age, you was expecting your baby pop to be a grown ass. Like, I didn't get her mentality. Like, it really messed with me. Like, that really messed with me. Like, I was thinking, like she got shit fucked up. Like, she really, like, she really looking at the world or relationships or men, period. Like, she's looking at, like, she's judging dudes differently. I don't know. Like, it that bothered me. I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but like,
no,
really
I get it. But it could be, and you know, to play devil's advocate for a second, like, I'm not like, I don't want people to think that we just all misogynists bashing women that think that we're just bashing the terrible ones out, the terrible moms out there, right? Like, that beat, we'll make sure we're on that. But like, in that instance, what it could be is, like you said, when she was at age, she thought, you know, the guy was going to step up. He obviously didn't. So it's like, you know, and so she's had to raise her child by herself, more or less. So now it's like, when another guy comes around that's the same age, she probably still have it's an old wound that hasn't healed.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Right.
Her baby papa, he a thorough boy. Like, he was a thorough cat. Like, I remember him when I was a kid. Like, he was he was a good dude. So like, when she kept saying that to the dude the other day, she's like, oh nah, you a kid. I'm like, I was thinking, like, yo, like, she calling a grown ass man a kid, but then expected by her point of view, right? Her baby dad was a kid, so you were expecting that kid to do, man. Like, I know you have to step up, but like, in your eyes, he's a kid. Like, I didn't get it. I don't know. I'm tripping.
So let me ask you this, because you just said that you knew the dude that she had the child with, right? You said he was thorough. So like, what caused the breakup? He ended it or she ended it? Or do you know?
See, I remember, because I was younger when I wasn't that young, but I remember she wanted more. Actually, sure, like, she wanted, like, he had a job, he used to do his shit in the street, but she wanted, like, you know, she wanted more. She wanted, like, she wanted him to make $200K a year, and he only made 80, like, which is still good. But yeah, and this was 5-10 years back. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he could have been a player or something. Like, I don't know. But I know that when she got pregnant, he was there. I remember that. He was always, the young boy was always taken care of. But I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But see, and that's why. And the reason why I ask you that, so I said, it might be something that, even though he may have been thorough in the eyes of you, or, like, you know, public perception, like, there could have been things that inside the relationship was, like, you know, it caused them to split. So like, now when another younger guy that comes around that's the same age, about when they got together, That's why that wound is still there. That's something that she hasn't gotten over. So she's
But
like,
you don't think. But you don't think.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between a 27-year-old man and a 34-year-old man?
Maturity and life experience.
I could kind of get that, but the mindset's still the same. Like if I was to say a teenager and a 34-year-old man, that'd be different. But by 27, like, you understand? By 27, 28, you should be at the point where you starting to think about life a little bit. You understand? Right. So
and I think that's what, like you said, 27, 28, you're starting to think about life. You're thinking about settling down. You're not sure. By 34, you're there. You're like, okay, now that I'm past my 30s, I'm in my mid 30s. Now I'm settling down, trying to set up everything out for a future or stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So that again, that might be what it is. That she's thinking about. All right, at this point, I need somebody that's going to be that knows what they're going to want to, that knows what they're going to do. And she felt like at 28, he still may be unsure of himself because she doesn't know him like that. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I get that. I get it. But it made me think.
Hold on, or it could be like this because my ex-wife tried to pull this move. I don't want to work anymore. I want to sit at home and spend your money.
See, Cowboy,
you know what I told her? Bitch, you better go find that nigga.
Yeah, Capo, I think that's what happened with Dumb. But I think he wanted. I could be off by a little minor detail. He wanted her to be home with the kid, but she still wanted to party and shit like that. I think that's what it wasn't like a work thing. It was a chill thing. Right. Like he wanted to chill and she still wanted to be out partying and getting babysitters and all that. I remember that, bro. But when that conversation was going on, because we were all at dinner. This was like right 2 days before Mother's Day. Like it made me think like, dog, like having it, like dealing with a chick is hard, dog. Like for real. And it made me think like, because for a long time I used to be mad at my pop, but then I thought about it like, yo, my mom must have put him through hell for him to you feel me? That she had to put him through hell for him to leave. and it made me realize I can't be mad at him. He's dealing with a different species. I couldn't be mad at him. I couldn't be mad at him anymore, dog. Like it really, like that conversation really changed my mindset. I don't know why, dog. I don't know why it did, but it did.
Real quick, so, no, I agree with you. Like I said back yesterday, like women don't understand. Women try to sit there and say it's more difficult dealing with men than it is women. When in reality, I'm sorry, women are a lot more for a man. It is a lot more difficult to deal with women than it is with men because the simple fact of at the end of the day, y'all put a lot more emotions into things, and y'all emotions sometimes will cloud y'all thinking more so than a guy who thinks more logically about something. Cal, yeah, we slightly misogynistic on this is like a 2-day event at this point. I started shit on Mother's Day. Like that's why I sent you the message yesterday. Shout out Ty in the building. So, Ty, let me ask you something because I know you are a single father.
Hold on, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not. Right. We're not doing that. We're only talking about the deadbeat mothers, the mothers that cause issues and problems with fathers. Them the only people we're talking about. So there's no misogynistic, no none of that. Get that narrative out of here right now.
Oh no, I was just mostly joking with Cal when I said that. My bad.
Hey Ty, you're a single pop?
Yeah, I got 3 kids. I got custody of 2 of them.
Salute to you, man. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect, bro.
Yeah. What was you about to say, Dave?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, because we brought up the statistic of single father single fathers and stuff like that. And you had said earlier in the chat, inaccurate information. I wanted you to go ahead and expound on that, if you didn't mind.
I think that there's a lot of stuff that goes unreported. As far as single dads, I do see a lot more daddies stepping up to the plate the past few years in my own personal life, just people I know. And I do think that there's a lot more toxic moms than there are reports of. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody up here already said, like the courts tend to favor the woman a lot of times in those custody battles. You know what I'm saying? Like I know with my daughter, with my oldest, you know, the mom just has a track record of just being, you know what I'm saying, very irresponsible and doing this and doing that. And they're looking at me like I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Every time I went up there, you know, even the judge, I think a lot of times the lawyers and the judges, man, they think that the fathers for some reason have different motives other than being in their children's lives. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't come up here to choose sides because I see both ends and I've seen both sides of the spectrum, right? Like, for example, like there's a lot of irresponsible moms. There's a lot of moms that can't get themselves together. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of deadbeat dads out there though, too. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dads I see out here who they'll say like, oh, like the woman is using the child as a pawn. It's like a chess game and all that. But some of y'all ain't about nothing, man. Y'all ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Brothers ain't trying to work. Brothers is irresponsible. Brothers is late paying bills. Brothers is whoremongers. Got different females all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a mom, I personally wouldn't want my child around that at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about, you know, whether the dad's there or not. A lot of times there's good reason. The man could have been abusive, could have slapped the woman up, could have been abusive towards the children, verbally abusive, physically abusive, whatever. There are other issues too. You know what I'm saying? So
no, and I my bad, go ahead.
No, you good. I'm just saying it works on both ends. I'm not here to pick the, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate for fathers and for fathers being there. But like, there's some brothers that really just are not ready to be dads, man. Like it is what it is. Like they can't be trusted with their children. You know what I'm saying? I'll use my son's mom as an example. One of the reasons I don't allow my son over her house a lot anymore is because she has a different boyfriend every other month. Her house is always filled with people. You know what I'm saying? That she knows or doesn't know, and I don't want my son in that kind of environment. Her house is basically the flop house. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Her house is basically the flop house. You know what I'm saying? And then I've told her several times, bro, until she gets that together, man, like we can visit in a neutral place and you can see your son. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though, bro. That's just my personal experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to down anybody up here or their story, you know. So
no, and I don't think anybody on the panel.
Yo, shout out to my good fathers out here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Ty. What's up, bro?
What's up with you, bro? What's up, man?
You know, I know it's hard, bro. You know, being a single father and shit. You know, I'm a big father out here in battle rap to all these little leagues and shit. So I know what you're talking about, yo. I already know what it is, you heard?
Oh my God,
Jesus!
That's
But no, like I said, I understand where you're coming from with this. I understand like there are both sides of the spectrum. That's and there are reasons why certain women are like, no, you can't be the child. I don't want my child over there. This and the third because of this and the third. When I was talking about it yesterday, I was speaking as far as the guys that are actually doing their thing. They're not they weren't abusing in the relationship. They aren't out there whoring around or having a different woman every week. You know, they're doing what they're supposed to do, even if they are dating someone else. It's not like they're dating someone else that they know that's going to be toxic around their child. That's what I was referring. That was talking in that mindset.
I got a question for you, Dave. Because I didn't catch the whole thing. What brought that on yesterday? Like, what ignited that conversation yesterday?
It was like it was just something I was just thinking about when I was at work the night beforehand. That was all. And I was like, well, it is gonna be Mother's Day. I might as well just get it out right. Might as well get it out. And I had time. Yesterday because the house is gone. The house is empty.
Yeah,
I'll do an afternoon show. I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and get canceled on Mother's Day. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's a fact. But yeah, no, it's a dope topic, man. I do salute all the brothers who do take care of their kids, whether they got custody or not. If they, you know what I'm saying, doing what they can. That's another issue a lot of brothers I haven't heard nobody bring up, man. Sometimes the female will keep the child back because the brother is unable to keep up with child support, and that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Brother could really be trying.
That's not her job. That's not her job, and she can actually get in trouble for that.
Yeah, but in fact, you know what I'm talking about? Like that's happened a lot, right? Like, oh, well, you ain't paid in 2 months or 3 months. When you start paying again, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you see your daughter, see your son, and that's not cool at all. I actually think there should be a law change to where child support shouldn't just be monetary, man. I think if you are able to show that you provide clothes, diapers, formula, shoes, socks, that should count as child support as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always a guarantee that the mother is using the child support for what it's supposed to be.
That's
for.
exactly what I was just saying. You go see your damn kid, the nigga got one pair of shoes, this bitch got brand new hair, her nails done. Like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, nah, bro. Fuck out of here. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Cal is hilarious. He said, days out to me, women getting flowers and chocolates to decide to flip the table over. Hey, man, look, like I said, again, there's a difference between it's the whole double standard thing. Like that's really what brought up the whole conversation and the thought for the subject yesterday. When I realized, just like there's a difference between being a dad and a father, there's just between a mom and a mother. You see what I'm saying?
Off topic. Yo, Ty, you got some fire ass shorts over there on the Is We Potting channel. I was looking at them shits earlier. Them shit is funny.
Oh, okay. Shout out Lucci, man. Lucci's in the building. That's the one that jacks all the content. You know what I'm saying? Puts it on the channel.
Shout out my nigga Lucci. Y'all go check out them shorts on Is We Potting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got some good Murder Mook shit, Big K shit, a lot of shit, man. They fucking password shit. A lot of good shit, man.
Yeah, Lucci's a thief, man. Shout out Lucci, man.
Hey man, I ain't mad. Hey Luke, get it how you get it, dog. Get it how you get it, dog. If it's bringing content, if it's bringing people to your channel, do it. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, but I used to date this chick, man. This is before I became a parent, so I didn't really understand like what she was doing. But I remember when she used to get her child support, it used to hit at the beginning of the month. But the first thing she used to go get is a carton of Newports. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it was like what is it? The check from the first of the month. And shit.
Right. Now, the kids was taken care of and everything, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, dang, ain't that supposed to be you know what I'm saying? Do some other stuff, but you know, it is what it is, bro.
You just wasted on some Newports.
Hey, Tyler, let me ask you a question.
Hold on real quick. Let me get a shout out. Shout out Treehouse and Yo Rap Reviews in the building. Salute. Let's see. Max said stealing content is something you got to deal with.
That's a fact, man. I was outvoted. Like I was against it, but brothers outvoted me, and I guess it's doing good for the channel. So whatever,
yeah,
it's all good.
I see what y'all doing over there. Like I said.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, let me ask you a question.
What's up, man?
You say you got three kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different moms or
all different moms, bro.
And you said one of them putting you through hell, right? Well, what it sounds like.
Had in the past.
With her.
Okay.
When she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Talk me through that. Like what? Like when she came up to you and she was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant." Was he or she planned or like?
No, it definitely wasn't planned. I think most of us are not planned. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I wanted to get to.
But no, she was okay. So my oldest child's mom was a drug addict, right? I actually met her during my addiction. You know what I'm saying? This was like 2014.
I was on addict too.
Yeah, I was addict too. Now when she got pregnant, I got clean and sober. You know what I'm saying? But she was still using. You know what I mean? And I remember giving her money to help her out during the pregnancy, but she was still using, like I said, but I wanted to show that I was still trying to be supportive, you know what I mean? And that's the only way I knew how to support, you know what I'm saying, was giving her money, you know what I'm saying? But she went MIA, but long story short, bro, like I had to track her down. Like I got my life all the way straightened and I had to track her down to serve her papers to try to get custody and try to get a DNA test done, you know what I'm saying? And she was ducking that smoke for like a long time, you know what I mean? And it finally got to a point to where she no-showed so many times that I got custody, Mel. You know what I'm saying? And then we ran it back, like battle rap terms, like a rematch, right? We ran it back. This time, like her family had lawyers, you know what I'm saying? And I was representing myself, but they got her cleaned up for a little bit. But here's the thing with her, man, rest in peace, because she died a couple summers ago. But she just couldn't keep herself together. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple, bro. She couldn't stay straight. She couldn't stay sober. And I got awarded custody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, that sucks, man.
No, it's all good, bro. But I think the lesson I learned from that, as far as the court system, is with fathers, bro, we have to be consistent, and it's like we damn near have to work twice as hard to show ourselves approved in the eyes of the court. You know what I'm saying? A female just has to be a female. She just has to have female parts, and they're going to be more lenient towards her, even if she's an addict or an alcoholic or she's bipolar or
like it gotta be something extremely wrong. Like she can't just be homeless. Like she has to like she has to be homeless and an addict
brothers
in order for the dad to get
play, man. We gotta have a job, we gotta have a home. They want to see, man, you got a car, like, man, you ain't been in trouble in X amount of years. Like, there's this whole long list of things that they look for with us. But with the mom, like, look, man, she got a vagina, like she's in there, you know. And it's messed up, but that's just the system, bro. So
no, but look at what you said. Like, you know, when it comes to the system, we have to have like A through Z as far as ducks in the row, right? Like it's even like that, even in actual in life period, like life favors the mother over the father in most of the cases when it comes to like celebration and respect. Like we literally, men have to earn their respect as fathers. Women, they just get it naturally from kids most of the time.
Yeah. Dave, do you feel like that? Do you feel like that just normally, like working day to day? Do you feel like your kids show, your wife more respect than you sometimes?
No.
Different in your house? Okay.
My two oldest kids will argue with my wife more so than when they argue with me.
But I feel like working 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours. I feel like I miss time with my kids. I feel like first of all, I don't care how much money you have. Like I feel like that's gonna be something that's gonna affect me later on. Mm-hmm. Like working all those hours, being away from my family, especially when I do like travel. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like that's gonna hurt later. I don't know how and I don't know why, but I'll be thinking about that. Like just working too much and not being around my family. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could be tripping.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean that's a.
But what you mean by that? You mean like they gonna throw it in your face or some shit? The kids like, you ain't never spent no time with me or some shit. Like what?
Yeah, some kids when they get older, that's how some kids tend to react. Like when
they but if you was always there for them and gave them everything they fucking needed,
like no, okay. So let me piggyback on that.
It's a difference if you was never in their life and never spent time with them. You know what I'm saying? But like if you was like, go ahead.
My wife in 2005, right? And I was always in my kids' life, even after the divorce. A woman that is mentally affected, they know how to brainwash the kids. Mm-hmm. Like I said, my baby mama tried to tell my kids that I didn't love them. I would love my wife's son, my mixed son, more I love them. Mm-hmm. And that hurt me because that's not even the truth at all. Even when my kids saw that that's not true, he's always been here. He's never left us. He's always picked me up. He's always picked up your son that you cheated and got pregnant. He still took care of him and took care of him after y'all got divorced. So, you know what I mean? So kids, when that manipulation starts setting in, it's hard for them to look at the father side. It's hard to distinguish who's right and who's wrong. And in their mother's eyes, they see the pain or whatever she is manipulating to keep them on her side. Because for a while there, it was, I want to see daddy. I want to go to daddy's house. He didn't like that shit. So she had to play the victim and manipulate the kids on, well, this is your daddy. But now when they come see me, they be like, what the fuck she talking about? You know what I mean? So like, at the end of the day, it just depends on what's the level of manipulation the mother put the kids through to keep them away from the father.
Uh-huh.
And it's always the ones that wants to be in the kid's life that these motherfuckers be trying to play this bullshit on it. You know what I mean?
They're the ones that suffer most, right? Like when you want to be in your kid's life, but the mom don't let you or put obstacles in front of you. They those the guys that suffer most, man.
Right. Look, when I got a divorce in Kansas. This bitch took my kids to California. The courts did not help me at all. First, I went to Kansas. It's like, no, well, you live in Missouri, so you got to go to Missouri. I went to Missouri. It's like, nah, well, she moved to California. You got to go to California. What are y'all doing? Like, y'all, she's not even allowed to take my kid out of the state. And I'm the one that's supposed to be Inspector Gadget, FBI agent. Go get, nah, we ain't doing what we talking about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, too, I was gonna say a lot of times the courts and the lawyers they encourage that kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying, with the women. You know what I'm saying, just take off. Like, you know what I'm saying, can't do nothing about it. Just take off. You'll be covered. You know. That's how it is. What's up, man?
I even had joint custody. That was even the crazy part.
Yeah, if you have joint custody, she can't take them out the state.
Nah.
So that's drawn. I don't know why they would allow that. Like for her to move like that. But Tom, I asked you that question real quick about, you know, like when y'all found out she was pregnant. Because with my first kid, when I'm still with the mom, but when she told me she was pregnant, I was like, I was 21, maybe 22. I had just came from overseas. Like, I'm going nuts, just living crazy. And she's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And it made me think that it might sound fucked up. Y'all remember when the girl told Kane she was pregnant? And he was like, what the fuck you telling me for? That popped in my head. And I'm like, why are you telling me? And she's like, oh, you ain't shit and blah, 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 blah. And it made me think, like, I always think about this, like, why don't a man have a say? Like, why? Like, a man has no say.
Yo, the chat is wilding, yo. This nigga. Yo, DNA Tooth, man. Hey, yo, I seen you yesterday. You was drunk on Mac Mel Live, nigga. Talking crazy. This nigga DNA Tooth, stupid. Drunk off that Listerine and shit.
Bro, hey, he was wigging. He wigging on Henny Man though. I was like, oh,
yo, you know what's crazy? I didn't know he was talking about Henny Man. All I seen was E and J, right? He calls him E and J Man, I guess, or some shit, whatever he calls him. But I didn't know who he was talking about. So when he said E and J, I thought he was talking about EJ. I was like, what? Yeah, because I seen he said E and J Man. I was like, who the fuck is E and J Man? I thought he was talking about EJ. But then I started listening. I was like, oh, this nigga's wild. He was going.
This nigga said, don't watch me. Whatever. Shout out to
nigga. How we not gonna watch you and you fucking live for everybody to watch? Fuck out of here.
What's up? Shout out to Chuck is in the building.
You ain't name us yesterday when you was drunk and had beef. You know what I'm saying? So you already know we it's lit. You know, DNA Tooth is EBL on the low, bro. He's, you know what I'm saying. He got the EBL banner up there and shit. I don't know what your beef is with Capo and shit. You over there talking crazy about Capo. I don't know what the fuck you got going on with that. But yeah, that's old shit, man. You gotta let that shit go, DNA Tooth. Let the shit go, nigga.
Let me get my boy Cal on the conversation because he been sitting quiet for a minute. Go ahead, Cal.
Hey, this is what happens when niggas don't have lives. They think about other men. You know what I mean?
I thought y'all was good already. I thought shit was old. I thought that shit was water under the roof.
I guess not. It is.
can't get my life. He's irrelevant. So it was under the rug for me. Obviously, you see what he does when he come in here. He's talking about me. Keep my name out your mouth, my nigga. Jesus Christ, get over your motherfucking self, nigga. You rotten to the core. To be honest, like, fuck out of here. Get a life.
All right. Come on, Cal. Jump in on the topic. What's up? Because you've been sitting there. I see you sit there. You sat there with your fingers together for a minute. I'm like,
he looked like he was heavy on his thoughts. What you guys say, Cal?
Is that a beer or is that a root beer? What are you doing, Cal?
Hey, no beer at 8:00 in the morning.
First off, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I sat back and listened.
Uh-oh.
And I heard where brothers was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I see the points that have been levied on the guy's side of the argument and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to the court system, some of the rights and things like that, and the things that women can get away with in the court system. Every time, my thing is, every time these types of conversations happen, it always seems like niggas lack self-accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas never like to take accountability for getting the wrong motherfucker pregnant out the gate.
Right.
I know niggas don't want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, and this isn't just this panel. This is a thing consistently online, period, in barbershops, period, in the black community. If you know black men who are in situations as to where they're like constantly in legal battles and everything, niggas like to do everything, blame everybody else.
No, I blame myself for putting my dick in that bitch. I take accountability.
Capo, you're one of the few who will take personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But niggas rarely do that.
Mm-hmm.
Also tied to that point, I see a lot of young black men who also are like, they may be fathers, they may not, they may be in relationships that may not be, who are involved in this manosphere red pill shit as well, who like to talk about restoring patriarchy and them feeling like
real quick interjection. Red pill is in a disarray right now.
Stay focused, Dave. Stay focused.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to laugh about that shit. Go ahead.
We could get there. We could get there, but I just want to stay focused on what was being said here.
Yeah, my bad. I just had to get that punch out. Like I'm watching it.
I know. We could punch on them. We could punch on. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get my voice back from the weekend. We could punch on them niggas later. But I see a lot of men talking about, oh well, the women nowadays who are out here, they aren't like the women that our moms were or our grandmothers were, to where they were more demure, they were more subservient, they were more docile, they were more submissive, they were more da. And then these are the same niggas that are complaining about the court system ruling in favor of the women because they're women. You do understand that the court system is moving off of the laws that were instituted in light of the time, right? Like the white men at the time who instituted the laws to benefit them. That's where the patriarchy came in, because those rich white guys that were making the laws, they didn't give a fuck about the black people that
I said that
black
earlier.
women thank you.
I brought that up earlier.
So niggas is literally, from a legal standpoint, when you look at legal history, y'all are having broke nigga problems trying to get custody of your kids. Oh, y'all niggas want to love your kids, but not, you see what I'm saying? Not marry the person that you got pregnant. Oh, those are broke nigga problems. That's how the legal system looks at it. And that's in light of the patriarchy that niggas so desperately want to cling to. Stop fucking playing with somebody who knows what the fuck is going on. Keep this shit in bounds. Be realistic. And brother said, oh yeah, women are much harder to deal with. Excuse me, I'm gonna be the first person to say it. I grew up in a household, it's 5 of us. I'm the oldest of 5. I do a podcast as well. Shout out Lucci, shout out Ty, shout out Marabi. Those are the brothers y'all constantly see here. And that's just a handful of the brothers who are over there. I'm telling y'all now, niggas be harder to deal with than women most times. The male ego.
Okay.
And if you think that I'm lying, Dave, what has been happening? What was just happening in battle rap? for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Niggas, certain collectives getting dragged in the fucking media, right?
Right.
And
right.
it's niggas, right? Mm-hmm. It's a group, it's a murder of niggas, if you will, a gaggle of niggas. I don't know, however you want to plural this. A couplet of niggas.
Okay, got you.
A triumvirate of niggas. However you want to put it together.
Nigga, right? Go look it up.
The male ego is such a weird and fucking fragile thing.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I know how to, man, sweetheart, please be quiet. I know exactly what I'm doing. This, that, and the third. Oh, okay. As opposed to niggas. Every nigga think that he's right because he's a nigga at all time. Niggas can't be corrected. Niggas cannot be steered towards righteousness. Mm-hmm. Niggas do not like expectation. Niggas do not like being punctual. Just niggas being niggas. No, fuck that. And I understand what brothers was trying to do. Brothers was getting their shit off. Be fucking honest, though, fellas. Be fucking honest. I know we up here, we talking about all this stuff with the kids and shit like that. Whoop-de-whoop. But think about the niggas in your life. Mm-hmm. Could you trust that nigga with $10,000 of your money? Period. Mm-hmm. Could you trust them alone in your house with your woman for a week and a half? Could you trust that nigga to pick up your kid?
You're saying men are more irresponsible than women? Like, what are you saying?
No, I'm simply saying women are easier to deal with than men, period.
That's a lie. You lying.
That is facts. And niggas tried to do the logic.
What? Where? Where in the world is women easier to deal with? The hell?
How? What women you deal with?
Instead of asking what type of women I deal with, ask me what type of man I am, first off.
I don't need to ask you that. I'm not.
Yes, you do, because I can guarantee you I don't have them type of problems, good brother, because I am who I say I am. I walk how I say that I walk. And everything that I say in private, I stand on in public, period. That's why women are easier to deal with than men. Niggas have this funny thing as to where niggas can do something in private, but not stand on it in front of other niggas when you call them on it.
See, I don't have that issue. I never had.
You don't have that issue with men, but you have what type of issues with women? I don't understand.
I don't have issues with my woman. I don't have issues with my woman. I've been with my woman 13 years.
So why do you feel like men are easier to deal with than women?
If you were listening to what I was saying, I was talking about my aunt and the conversation we were all having, and it made me like it just I got 3 older brothers, 1 younger brother. It's 5 boys and 1 girl in my family. Mm-hmm. My mom had 5 boys. Till this day,
she a soldier.
Till this day, she'll tell you my sister is the hardest person to deal with. And she got 5 boys. You understand that?
Why would she say that, Mel? I'm not trying to trap you in an argument.
Because women are emotional. They don't think on logic.
Men are emotional too. You understand that anger is an emotion, right?
No. See, that's different.
No, it's not different. It's the same thing. That's just a different emotion. Men are more comfortable with anger. Men are not comfortable with sadness.
But men are in control.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not even gonna let you finish that lie. I respect you too much.
You're not exactly.
I respect you too much to let you finish that lie.
Like,
come on.
This is the thing. I understand that men could be fucked up, right? Like there's bad apples in every bunch. But statistically, women are just harder to deal with than men. Bro, if I come home from work, all I need is a clean house and a good meal, and I'm chilling.
You said statistically. What are you basing? What statistics are you using?
Just numbers. Period. You see that most men that are fighting in court are getting ran off by women. That's the reason they're going in court in the first place.
So you're speaking about when it comes to strictly child court and things like that. Statistically, men outnumber women when it comes to aggravated assaults and things like that. They do. When you look at crimes of passion, men outnumber women there as well. When you look at premeditated, whatever you want to say, men outnumber women there as well. These things are all anger, rage, feeling disrespected, feeling slighted, feeling embarrassed, and people stepping up and doing how and responding how they respond. These are all emotions that niggas can't control. Period. It's still all emotionalism, and that is a narrative that people need to stop fucking
I just
doing.
feel like it takes out. I'm not saying all men. I'm saying it takes a lot. I've heard women say some of the most hurtful things to men.
I agree.
My sister, I got cousins, I've heard them say. I've heard them say things that if another man would have said, they would have been fighting, and them dudes they just sit down and pretty much take the abuse, the verbal abuse.
Yeah, they take it from women, but they won't take it from other men because they can't control that. I've seen niggas get Mel, and you know where you from, Mel? Aren't you from up northeast? You from north?
I'm from PR, but I grew up in Philly.
In Philly, okay. So northeast. I'm sure you've been in situations where you've been in the club and you've seen somebody step on another nigga's shoes and they pack that nigga out, right? Right, Mel?
Yeah, that's ego. That's different.
But the ego, it's still coming from an emotional place.
No, but we're talking about within relationships and things. I'm not talking about male to male, because at the end of the day, a male he's in control of violence. Like, men are in control of violence. That's why, like, men can beef online, and then when they see each other, they could talk it out. Women, if they beef, they beef. That's why when you were saying about battle rap, right? There's a lot going on with the male side of battle rap. There's thousands of male battlers. There's only but a handful of female battlers, and there's just as much as drama in the female battle rap side as there is in the male battle rap side. You understand that? Like, there's been just as many fights. When you go to an all-female event, you're 90% of the chance you're gonna see a fight. Or almost, like, they're just wild, bro.
Or titties.
Mad emotional.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
I'm saying, like we could be, like we could go back and say all everything in the world to each other. Then when we see each other, yo, like, what's up, bro? It could get hashed out. That rarely happens with women, because women be saying some of the most craziest things. Not only to men, but to other women. Like, women are just vicious. They really are vicious.
I know it's vicious in a different sense. Especially growing up in the South, you will meet some of the nicest niggas in the world in the South, and they will kill your mom in front of you.
Oh, gee, I'm in Florida now.
Hold on, let me say this. Let me ask you
Last bar.
All right.
Women, however, that's vicious on a man's side. Like, I'll dap you up, Mel. You see what I'm saying? Like, hypothetically speaking, I could dap you up, Mel, and shoot your mans tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Period. Women are different, and they're vicious in a different type of way, as to where they will use what's normal for them. Like how I'll dap you up, niggas understand we cool there. Women will, hey, we'll get close to, like, as a guy.
Hold on, I got a woman that want to chime in. Hold on.
A girl would throw freaking bleach water in your eyes or some, like,
some nut ass shit.
They're vicious, bro. They're just vicious.
They're different.
Salute to all the women, though. I'm not trying to say, like, I'm not a bigot or a misogynist, even though I've been called a misogynist bigot. But I just think, you know, we two different animals that need each other, but we don't accept. Like, a lot of times people are afraid to say that we need each other.
I got something to say too. To Cal's point about getting the wrong woman pregnant, right? Like, I take accountability for certain choices and decisions I made or how I handled things in some incidents. But bro, I wouldn't take none of that back You know what I'm saying? In retrospect, as far as the choice of female, because if I had a different female, if I had a child with a different female, I wouldn't have the kids that I have now. You know what I'm saying? And I love the kids that I have now. You know what I'm saying? Like Izzy literally looks like me and her mom. You know what I'm saying? So when I see her, like I see part of her mom, you know what I'm saying? Her hair, her eyes, you know what I mean? Even just like her personality, certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if I had a child with a different kid, it would be a different person. It would be a completely different child. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's like, I feel like all those things are kind of part of the plan, so to speak. You know what I mean? I do encourage.
Responsible for safe sex?
I do. It's a two-way street.
Parties.
It's definitely a two-way street for sure.
Yeah,
I think women are safe sex is a woman's responsibility, dog.
That is the most retarded.
Safe sex.
No, come on, Mel.
No.
Stop it. Mel, stop it. Stop it, Mel. Stop that.
Man should have it say when the girl comes up to him and say, "I'm pregnant." A man should have a say in that. Since y'all said both parties are responsible, right? So then the man should have a say. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, the what? Say that last part again.
If y'all saying is both parties are responsible for safe sex, right? Then a man should have a say when a woman comes up to him and say that she's pregnant. He should have a say.
But y'all both made that decision to have unprotected sex, though, brother.
That's what I'm saying. So if she comes up to him and I'm pregnant, and he says, "Yo, I'm not ready for a baby," what should she like?
Well, then he shouldn't have fucked her raw, then, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Why is this even a conversation, man? Hold on. Yeah, let me time it. Let me jump in.
It's just on the man. Like he let that nigga fucking raw.
You muffled.
Yeah. So these are the conversations that people should have.
Capo,
like,
Capo, get closer to your mic, bro. You probably far from your mic. Get closer.
You're muffled. We can't hear you. We can't hear you like that, Capo.
Capo dropped the headphone inside the batter mix or something. I don't know what happened.
Something. Just trying to listen. That brother sounded.
But no, like, let me comment on what Mel said, because it's like that was kind of what he sounded like. The male should have a choice. Like that's a conversation that both parties either have if it's a situation like that. You see what I'm saying? And then this is a conversation that both parties got to have at the end of the day. If you're not ready, and she's like, well, I want to keep it, then that's something y'all got to really sit down and talk and discuss with, you know? But as far as like, I'm
only saying that out of experience.
Right.
I'm not saying I don't love my kids, but when I got 3 kids with my baby mom and we're still together 13 years. Mm. This is the thing with my first kid, with the first one, when she came up to me, I why the fuck is you telling me this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 20. I'm not ready for no kid. What you talking about? It was like a big drama show after that. Mm-hmm. Everybody's calling me a fucking deadbeat. He ain't shit. Look at him. He just want to live his life after he done made a baby. I don't even remember. You understand? like it just happened, and you just came out of nowhere and said you're pregnant. All I'm saying is, men should have a say. Men should have a say.
So you're saying a men should have a say as far as if the child is child is kept or not kept.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's more so a political thing. And if you want to, we can argue politics later on.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. The initial joint. Let's get back to the original joint. Hold on, Dave.
Okay.
You fucked a woman raw. Let's just talk like men. Period. You fucked a woman raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. That's a rhetorical question. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know what comes with fucking a woman raw? The possibility of having a kid.
child. Yeah.
Yeah. Period. with that being said, if you didn't have the conversation beforehand, so where y'all both agreed on we're not having kids right now, and you just fucked a woman raw, there's a high probability you could get her pregnant, good brother, my brother in Christ. So with that being said,
that. But safe
that was your say,
it's
though.
a woman's responsibility.
No, it's not. You need to take accountability.
I think so. I think that's a woman's responsibility.
You have to take it's both
All
sides.
I'm saying is because it starts off with condoms, and then after a while, when I trusted, it starts to come off. She should be like, "Yo, put that back on. What you doing?"
Nah, Mel, come on, man. Mel, don't do that. Don't do that, Mel. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
We're not doing that. Nah, we're not. Yeah, you wildin'. He definitely trying to get his cannon.
He tried to get that through customs. And
yeah, he did.
Get it through customs.
He did.
Niggas would have probably let him get it through customs.
No, I'm not letting you get that through customs. He tried. No.
Nigga tried to sneak a grenade on a Delta flight. No, good brother. That's not getting through.
See, look at a Slim Jimmy. Pause. Whatever. She's
that's
saying you shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. But guys need a pause for everything. Slim Jimmy, you saying a man shouldn't force a woman to do anything with her body, right? But why should you force a man to do anything with his life? That's his life.
Hey, Mel thought that was gonna shake the room, man. Like, not.
He tried to crowd circle.
Yeah, he did.
Let me remix.
That fell flat, brother.
Y'all talking
nah, that fell flat.
I'm talking real life.
Nah, that didn't hit, man.
It didn't go.
That didn't hit.
You can't that's what I'm saying, Slim Jimmy. That's what I was saying. Like that's a political thing. We're dipping into politics now, to where it's like if a guy the guy say so, and
he should have it say so though. It's his life.
That's a political debate. Let's keep it a person by person debate. Stop fucking bitches raw if you don't want them to have your baby. Period. Let's start there first.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
There first. That's the first thing.
I agree with that.
No, you still drowning. You still muffled. Your beard in the way.
Yeah, that brother got water in his headphones or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Mel, just real simple like physics, bro. Like you're entering a woman and she's being entered into. It's a two-way street, bro. Like
no shit.
I'm just saying, man. So
hold up.
I got 3 with one, 2 with another. You can't tell me nothing.
I'm just saying. So it's hold up, because you kept saying birth control is one-sided. It's not.
I never said birth control. I said safe sex.
Okay, it's still a two-way street, bro.
Hold on, real quick. Let me address this. Hold on, Slim. It ain't y'all just one person. We're disagreeing with Mel. Like, no, at the end of the
they always disagree with you because they're afraid to say the truth.
That protect that
nigga,
both parties.
I told you the truth. Stop fucking these bitches.
Y'all be on the internet phony as fuck. I know damn well y'all don't think like that. Y'all all don't call women bitches and do all types of shit. Y'all goofies.
What?
Wait, what? I don't get it.
Yeah, that is
because y'all being phonies. Y'all being hella phony.
Mel, I think you're frustrated because the haymaker didn't hit, and now you're turning on the crowd now.
You need to
stop, man.
He said. I think he's saying that.
It be that internet fake shit, bro. I don't like
nobody's being fake.
Like
nobody's being fake.
Relax.
Nobody. Bro, you could talk to me. You could talk to me on here. You could talk to me in Discord. You could talk to me in person. We could go play spades. We could go to a pool hall. I could beat your ass in Uno, Monopoly, 2K, Madden, and I'm gonna talk the exact same way everywhere, bro. Stop fucking bitches raw if you don't want them to have
I don't believe you.
Period.
I don't believe you.
Well, that's up to you, good brother. You got to take that up with whoever you are, your parents and your maker. That's not my responsibility to make you believe me. I'm standing on exactly what I say. Period. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, it's not up for me to convince you anything. I don't have to. My word is my bond, bro. I'm not running around here fucking bitches that I don't. I'm not up here. Stop playing with your life like that, Ben. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not out here fucking
these 1v1 me on 2K23. I'll cook you.
What?
If anybody want that smoke on 2K23, add the key make on PS.
Oh, I haven't bought a 2K in 2 years, respectfully. Yes, Lucci, I'll smoke a nigga's soul in Uno. Stop fucking playing with me, bro. Stop fucking playing with me. But
hey, fellas, it's all conversation. I gotta clock in though. Appreciate y'all, man. I like these morning talks.
Appreciate
you, man.
And again, safe sex is a woman's responsibility. I don't care what this panel say. They drawn. They not keeping it real. They acting like they don't call women bitches and do all that goofy shit behind the fucking computer camera. They trying to sit up here and be perfect.
I do not call.
Ain't nobody perfect, bro.
You should be strapping up anyway because there's a lot of STDs out here. So
ain't nobody out here.
You say your life is.
I just said when you first meet a bitch, you strap up, right? Then when you get that trust, that mean you take the glove off.
She could be out there cheating anyway.
To her, they'd be like, "Yo, put that."
Well, she could be out there cheating though, male. She could still be out there cheating though. Male, she could still be out there cheating though. We all
fathers up here. That's how it started for all of us. So y'all being phonies.
No, male. She can still be out there.
Male. With all due respect,
y'all being phonies. It started the same way for all. When you first met your bitch, you went in raw. No, you didn't. You strapped up. Then when you got that trust, you took it off, right? Obviously, because y'all parents. She should have told you, dumbass, put it back on. That's all I'm saying. Safe sex is a woman's responsibility.
It's different.
No,
that's not how it happens. Okay.
That's how it happens. That's how it happens for everyone, bro.
That is not how it happens for everyone. When me and my wife got me and my wife conceived our first child, it was a mutual decision. We decided we wanted to have our first child. Now the second one, I ain't gonna lie.
So you never fuck your wife raw?
No, I did not. Not until we decided we.
So you never.
You don't have to answer that, Dave. It's the DNA tooth is here. That clip is incoming. Be careful how you answer
like
that.
Fuck.
You gonna
hey, fellas, I got a dip though. Hey, appreciate the talk though. Hey, it's so respectful, y'all.
Right.
I'm just, I'm just talking shit. I like to come up here and talk shit. I fuck with everybody up.
Right here.
Yeah, I said, I'm like, Bell got to be trolling because they know.
I'm not trolling. I'm being dead serious though.
Nah, he really believes that. Like, he ain't trolling. He's just having a good combo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good combo. I don't want anybody to think, yo, Mel don't fuck with it, or we gotta come at Mel. I don't want anybody to think like that. I fuck with anybody.
Oh Lord.
I got to clock
what up?
Y'all, I'm 5 minutes late fucking with y'all though.
EBL, what up?
I gotta get my priorities right.
Yo, what up, HB?
What up? Yo, I'm just listening to this conversation, man. This shit is wild, man.
Yo, HB, whose responsibility is it, the nigga or the female?
Listen, man, it's always on the man. No, it ain't never. Listen, man, it ain't never on a female, and I think that's where niggas get the shit confused. It ain't never on a bitch, man. It's always on you. It's always on you in every situation. Anything in life is always on a man. The minute you start putting your trust and your life and your hands into a woman, you done already lost, man. You done lost the game. You. The only person you should be putting your life in is Jesus Christ, for real. That's the only person you should be putting your trust into. If you putting your trust into a woman, bro, you got the game messed up. And then to put like responsibility on them, that's even crazier. Like, man, listen, I think the only thing women
you sound a little fresh and fittish right now. But go ahead, continue, HP.
No. I just think everything starts with the man. You know, like it starts with us first.
Mm-hmm.
So when you try to put the responsibility on a woman, you basically you basically making her the man in the situation. You know, like I do believe that women and men can come to to agreements and we can, compromise in certain situations to make our lives better. But that takes a conversation, you know?
You can't say that C word in battle rap. You know how people react.
No. Compromise in relationships, you gotta compromise. That's different. But
No,
on
I'm just
your,
fucking shit.
but with when you talk about your morals and how you feel about
Yeah,
your
I got it.
ideology on life, you can't compromise that type of shit. But
Right.
yeah, man. But putting responsibility, like even that, like and I rocks with Mel, but him saying that the responsibility is on the woman for having safe sex, that's crazy. That to
Like,
me that makes no sense. Yeah, women
yeah.
have way more options of birth control and all of that stuff, but it still is on the man because first of all, we're the ones that have the seed. Women can't get themselves pregnant, and if they do, they gotta pay top dollar to go do it. They gotta go to some lab and they gotta get a
Well,
special clearances, all types
well,
of shit.
they
Yeah,
making it cheaper with
he's
with the
basically
robot
he's
now.
basically saying like, yo, like the female, like, yo, don't stick it in me if you ain't got a condom on, type shit. Like the female should tell the nigga that, like, yo.
The nigga should
Yeah, but
automatically, but hold on. But and that's my counter. I think that's what me and Cal's counter argument is. Don't stick it in there raw if you don't want to put a condom on. If you don't, and you're not willing to accept the what's the word I'm looking for? The
responsibility.
The
the
baby.
responsibility. What happens afterwards? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think what would be happening is when we're younger, we don't really have a lot of us don't really have those men in our lives that are just telling us these things.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get older, we realize like, damn, I fucked up. I didn't ran up in the in too many girls raw, and then we look back at it like, damn, she should have said something. But in reality, it's like, didn't nobody force us to have sex with that woman?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it really be about. It just be about the sex. Like a lot of niggas, man, if that girl wasn't giving you sex, would you even talk to her? Would you even want to be around her?
Look, I blame myself for the decisions I made with my baby mother. I regret it. I should have known better by their attitudes already. But back
Mm-hmm.
then, I loved wild, crazy bitches. I did. That shit
Mm-hmm.
was my kryptonite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that was
Brothers,
that mentality. I was a life nigga back then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got older and started getting into this life as a man and shit like that and raising kids, it's just it I had to say fuck what she's doing. This is on me because I'm the one that chose, kept that bitch around, stuck my dick in the raw, and nutted in it. That's on me because she wouldn't
brothers,
have without me.
Mm-hmm.
brothers also got to say this too, man. I'm in agreement with Cal on this, but we just haven't said it. It feels better without a condom, right? And the feeling of that, you know what I'm saying? That becomes more important than the consequences. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I can't argue with
Yeah.
that.
And then too,
But
we gotta keep it real too. A lot of dudes, they be trying to lock these bitches down too, man. A lot of niggas be trying to control these women.
I guarantee.
That's what it really be about. They go up in the raw trying to get them pregnant so they can control them, not realizing, dog, you can't control no woman. That's why a lot of these dudes be losing their minds over these chicks because they realize down the line, damn, I can't control this female. Like, bro, why you want to
that's the
control a woman? That's the crazy thing. Why
and
you
I
even
was
want
just
to
about to
control her?
I was just about to say that it should never be where you trying to. It shouldn't be a control situation. It should be both parties working together equally. Whether it's the woman being staying at home taking care of the house and the man working full time bringing the money in to support everything. That's still equally working. Like that's how it should be, and it should
Yeah,
be communication. You see what I'm saying? But for people and that's where a lot of that's where you like you said a lot of men get it effed up where they want to control everything. Like you can't control everything. If you try to control everything, you're gonna end up controlling nothing.
exactly. Especially you trying to control a woman. The only person you can control is yourself, man. You try to control a woman, you gonna be a sad puppy, man, for real.
Look,
That ain't.
Agreed. That's again, like that's why my point, especially since I got up here and mic'd up and everything, my standpoint is always going to be accountability. Period. Point blank.
Apparently, we're getting a lot of people's spouses mad about this conversation.
I understand.
Salute to y'all spouses.
Yeah,
I understand.
Listen, they I get it, but like women don't be front line with this shit, man.
Man,
women ain't front line with this shit. When it really goes down, women ain't front line with this shit,
That's
man.
a lie. That's a lie.
So O'Neal, y'all know who Patrice O'Neal is?
Mel, aren't you at work, Mel? What you?
I'm back, bro. Chill. Y'all ever heard of Patrice O'Neal?
Yeah.
Patrice O'Neal is an old comedian. He passed away, but he used to talk about the king and queen system, right? He used to talk about how a queen, but a queen can't make a king, and he used that logic. He used that logic in his relationships. He used to say, I have to make myself happy, and then it will trickle down from me. Because if the king ain't happy, then the kingdom is fucked up. You understand that? The king has to be happy. So
that's true.
That's false.
It can't be a happy queen and an unhappy king.
False.
The kingdom won't work that way.
That is blatantly false. If you go into a situation,
you can have an unhappy queen and a happy queen, and they'll still work.
No. On the fundamental level, the example that you tried to use with hold on. The example you tried to use with the Patrice O'Neal, that's bullshit. I get it. He's a comedian. He was getting his shit off. But when you think about this shit from a historical standpoint and a ruling standpoint, that's just fucking bullshit. If there's a queen there,
he's just using it in based on happiness. He's not using it in based on politics or anything.
Exactly.
He's just saying it trickles down from
That's
me.
bullshit. You can have any type of situation. Hold on. You can have any type of situation by which, if they're partners, if you have a male and a female, period, because that's where we're going with this. We're staying in this field, obviously. You can have a situation to where the king is there and he's unhappy and the woman's happy. And there's a common idiom that gets thrown around a lot of times.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work out.
Hold on. But it is something that can happen. We're saying for a time, if it's inherent, if it's pervasive, if it's continuous, no, it's not going to work because people are people. Nobody wants to be around somebody that makes them fucking miserable. But if there's a situation by where the king is unhappy and the queen's happy, the kingdom's going to suffer. Yes. Same way where the shoe's on the other foot. Period. If the king's happy and the queen is unhappy, the kingdom's going to suffer as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. It's from a comedian, but at the same time, stop trying to use like anecdotal evidence from a fucking comedian to talk about some real shit. Period. That's the same thing as taking your fucking that's the same thing as taking reproductive advice from a fucking rapper. Stop fucking bitches raw. Period. Take self-accountability.
but we got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to hold ourselves accountable also because we allow music and this culture and what these white folks want us to do to dictate our lives. Okay, so like we have to be more mature than that. We shouldn't allow the system to dictate how we move as people.
That's fair.
Because we learned what we need to learn from our parents, but we chose not to because we want to do what the music said, what these movies are doing. We want to do all that shit for what? Our ego.
To be miserable.
Yeah.
And that was literally.
I think that'd be the biggest thing.
The rappers, but niggas love the music from the rappers, but didn't look at the rappers that were giving them the music. I swear to God, I had this conversation 12 hours ago. Niggas looked at people like Method Man, Snoop Dogg, Too Short, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop, whoop. They listened to the music and didn't look at these happily married ass niggas. These niggas is happily married. Been happily married for 30 plus years at this point. It's 2023. They were giving y'all that bullshit. Fuck these bitches. Do this. Fuck these hoes raw. Leave your kids. These niggas is great fathers. That's y'all niggas' fault. Take accountability. Y'all bought into the shit. You did.
Yeah.
I understand where you were coming from, Capo, to where you said, yeah, the propaganda that these white people are feeding us, but we also have to take accountability as black men as well, to where it's just some niggas in the hood that shouldn't get any type of fucking platform because these niggas is fucking cannibals. Period. These niggas will bite their own nose off to spite their face.
That's what Capo was talking about, though. That's what Capo was talking about, though.
My longtime brother, Combat Pastor, is in the building. What's up, brother? What's up, bro?
Good.
All right, Cal, Phil, give Chris the TLDR of what we've been talking about.
Okay, so TLDR, we got a situation by which we're talking about. Essentially, we had a brother come up here and say that, I guess you could say, birth control and I guess
this is gonna be interesting.
Safe sex is the woman's responsibility. It's easier.
Look at him.
You see, first bar. Y'all see?
Yo,
Y'all
that shit is just funny when you say it out loud. That shit is so funny to hear.
Out loud, it sounds fucking insane.
The first two words, when you said birth control and you had 3 words, I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see where this goes.
Then you have the situation by where the brother is also coming from. He was coming from the standpoint of the legal system is inherently supporting women just because they are women when it comes to essentially custody rights for the children. And that's messed up, blah, say, blah, whoop de whoop, and it's wrong. And guys don't stand a fighting chance in court. And also, finally, what did he say when he came back? When he provided a fallacy where he said Patrice O'Neal had a comedy bit where he talked about a queen cannot make a king. And if the queen is unhappy,
if the king is unhappy, the kingdom will suffer.
The kingdom will suffer. Those were the 3 points. I wish the brother would have stayed longer. I would have loved to just keep on punching this bullshit out the fucking water because niggas like to get around other men and just let bullshit fucking go. And I'm not going.
All right. So being straight up, I feel like on one of those. Now, what was I've been talking to my wife about? A stop clock is right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On one of them situations, I can kind of understand this point. 90% of the time, custody battles go in the favor of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's just statistically. I'm not going to say it's correlation does not equal causation. So it's entirely possible that there's something that's happening here. But as far as just looking at the numbers, 90% of the time, custody battles go in favor of the woman.
Yeah, I think we all agreed upon that, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, Dave. And I said that is a part that was set up by a patriarchal system. It was rich white men who got together because they didn't want to have to divide their land amongst the black women slaves that they were having sex with. So that's why they set it up. And I said,
and that's why
y'all want to have custody of your kids and love your children, but not be able to win the case. Those are broke nigga problems from a patriarchal government perspective.
And because men can always just go start another family too. Like,
I mean,
in reality, we can always just go start another family. Women,
I mean,
if they got kids, they can't. 9 times out of 10, a woman's not just gonna let her kid go and give up her kids. Guys, we can just go start another family, man. It's not that big a deal.
But see, that's only because societally it's become acceptable for us to be able to walk out on our kids and not the woman. It's entirely physically possible. I've had it happen in my family. It's possible for a woman to leave.
Yeah, but it's just not those happen sometimes, but majority of the time men can walk out on women is because we don't have to carry the baby for 9 months.
True.
It's different. Women carry the baby for 9 months, then they breastfeed.
But see, that's that doesn't mean that she has to stay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
What I'm saying is,
but that I think it's
now where if a woman gives birth to a child, she can walk to the nearest fire station, drop that kid off, and leave, no questions asked.
Right. But what I'm saying is though, it's just natural for a woman to want to be with her baby. Like, again, most women can't just step out on they kid like that.
So
you're gonna have some outliers, but
what I'm
saying, for the most part,
what I'm saying,
go ahead, my bad.
Aside from the word natural, I understand where you're coming from. It doesn't happen that often. But as far as natural, what we're looking at is a difference between what we've societally believed is acceptable. It's not about like, yo, if you want to talk about natural, we could talk about the animal kingdom. Go and find half of the marsupials in the world. They will yeet their child out of predator in order to keep rolling. That little cute, what was it, the quokka? That little cute, rat-looking thing that looks like it's always smiling. Most adorable animal we've ever seen. It will throw its child at a predator and walk.
That's penguins, lions.
That's crazy.
Gazelle.
Crazy.
It has been. I'm just saying. As a matter of fact, what are they called? The hyenas. Mm-hmm. Hyenas have a matriarchal society, and as a matter of fact, most hyenas, and this is going to be like, I'm gonna say this as best I can without getting Dave demonetized. Most female hyenas have a pseudo phallus.
Mm-hmm.
And will murder the males if they don't leave, and she'll go and try to join a different group. Female hyenas are monsters. As a matter of fact, it's dude, like, so if we're talking natural, we got to be careful where we go with natural. So
you didn't want to talk about the spiders. You didn't want to talk about the spiders or the praying mantis or things like that.
Hey, can we keep it? Can we keep it to just human beings?
Yeah, because we're going to a whole.
Like we can go to a lot of like. There's
HB, hold on, Dave. Could you please roll the disclaimer? Please roll the disclaimer really quick before I say this, and let Combat Pastor get back to cooking. Let me do this real quick, please.
Actually, no, I don't want that one. We're gonna switch to the other one.
Play some maze, man.
Where the hell is it down?
This man took himself off the screen. Yo. Hold up. Before we get started, let me holler at y'all real quick. I got to let y'all know that these views ain't necessarily mine, and they ain't necessarily the views of anyone else involved with this video. So on some G shit, don't be coming at us with no drama or nothing, all right? We're just here to give you some entertainment and maybe a little something to think about. But if you got any issues, take it up with someone else, because we would all to smoke. Now let's get it. With that being said, Dave, I will always be here to show niggas words are important. You said natural.
Yeah.
That was the operative word. Natural. When we look at things in a natural sense, you have to look at it from A to Z. And then you can go and contextualize your argument. Not the other way around. You can't build a fucking straw man argument and then go and pick out the parts of natural that you want to apply. No. What is
whoa. Wait a minute. So, you're saying natural is chaos?
Yeah, natural is chaos. There's no like.
Okay. Instead of natural, how about normal? Normally, women have kids and they're closer to the kid because they normally carry the baby for 9 months, breastfeed the baby. So, personally, that's why.
Well, I understand where he's coming from, though, because and the reason we kind of hesitate on natural is because, again, natural can be super broad, but there
on average is a better
hormones
terminology, I think.
There are hormones that are released during breastfeeding that cause a woman to bond closer with her baby. It has been scientifically documented. However, when we're saying, like, we're going, what's natural, we're saying there's a tendency that things tend to swing this way, but that doesn't mean it always does.
Right.
And it doesn't mean, you know, it's very possible for a woman to.
That's why I think normally is a better word, not natural. Because I do agree with Cal. Natural, in nature, it is pretty much chaos. So
now there's another study that has been done, and this is why they've changed some of the birthing habits in a lot of the hospitals. There have been studies that have been done, something called the skin-to-skin method, where when you put a child skin-to-skin with their parent, both parties, the child and the parent, release hormones in the brain, release hormones in the body that actually help them bond closer. So just because a woman breastfeeds, it naturally happens that, or you know, it typically happens that way. If the male is allowed to go skin to skin with their child, he bonds closer too. It's just that typically what happens is the woman gives birth, the child needs to be fed immediately. The child is put to the woman's chest so she can she can feed the child, and immediately that hormone starts being released. It happens in that order. But if the child is put to the father's chest, even though the father's not breastfeeding, the hormone that is released still happens for them to bond.
Is there a possibility, Pastor, that some people are just not born with those hormones?
That is absolutely possible.
So we can just so all the deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms can just say it's hormonal.
They can. It doesn't absolve them from their societal responsibility. That doesn't absolve them from their legal responsibility. However, it's an argument.
I'm trolling, bro. You good?
I don't know how close, how far they can go with that.
I'm trolling, bro.
But yeah, okay. So as far as that was concerned, like
hold on, real quick.
So I apologize.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cook. Go ahead, Cook.
So as far as that was concerned, on that one part of the argument, I can understand, him kind of going, I can get that. The other two, full of crap.
And
Who's full of it?
And Pastor, you said you cited a scientific study. I found something out a couple of weeks ago, just me being curious. I'm weird. I don't have kids. I study to show myself approved type thing.
Absolutely.
So I like to make sure that I'm up to date with everything that I speak.
I like that drop though. Okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, like I looked and I didn't even know that when like the man who's the father is actually in constant contact with the woman throughout the life cycle of the pregnancy, as she's like pushing out certain hormones, the guy's body starts to push out certain fatherly hormones. And that's where you get the quote unquote dad bod from. Because the body goes into, I need to protect, I need to harvest nutrients, because our genetic code was initially written for survival. So it went from, I need to be able to store up fat so that a lot of the nutrients can be given to the woman so that she can feed the baby. And the genetic code is still written in us so deep that guys, we start to get a little heavier if we don't, pay attention to that.
So what you're trying to let them know is that, they may not like it, but this is peak physique.
That's like, again, like this is the miracle of childbirth and stuff like that. So with that being said, to bring it roundabout and connected to the tissue of the initial argument, like this is why you need to stop fucking bitches raw that you don't want to have kids with. It affects everything. It affects her. It changes her whole DNA. It changes your DNA. Depending on what you were eating, drinking, ingesting, and everything else like that, it affects the child's DNA before they even get out here. If you're smoking cigarettes, drinking, like, come on, bro.
Now you're getting into epigenetics. The expression of genes based on our societal or our environmental factors. It's entirely possible that things can be turned on, like coding for a lot of different protein creation, a lot of different functions are in our DNA. And it's entirely possible that they never get expressed because we weren't in the right environment. Or it's entirely possible that some of them do get expressed because we were in the wrong environment. There are effects that happen to children where they can be born with congenital heart issues because their mother was consistently and constantly stressed during the pregnancy.
And that's why there's the study. I don't know if you're as much as a nerd as I am when it comes to like history and stuff. That's why there's this study that talks about generational trauma, to where like when the woman is pregnant, she carries the seed, or she carries the essentially the birthing material for 3 generations of women. So you have the situation as to where like, okay, cool. If our great grandmothers were involved and they were still on the tail end of slavery, they had the DNA necessary for our mothers, our daughters, and our granddaughters. And if their DNA is coded because of the trauma that they're in, that's 3 generations right there, coded with trauma.
I think that's why those women were so much better too back in the day. They were closer to that.
I just said and say better.
Because they were right off of slavery. They were a lot more submissive back then. These bitches now, These bitches now is buck wild, man. They buck wild. Nah, but it makes sense though. It makes sense though.
All right,
we just can't. You might have to complete disclaimer after that one.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
salute to Cal. Salute to Cal for that.
Salute to Cal for that, man. Hey, the views and opinions expressed of him are independent and satirical in nature and does not in any way attempt to intentionally disparage anyone or any organization. Content provided by authors is their opinion, hint, hint, and not intended to defame or intentionally slander any institution
or person.
Hey, listen.
we got chair stream. Cal got.
Hey, listen. I wish I could find. I wish I could find a woman like the traditional. No, actually, now that I'm older, and I remember Capo was saying it earlier that when he was younger, he liked them wild chicks, and I was the same way. Like I really preferred the wild chicks, but now that I'm older, I'm really more into the traditional type of woman. Like I like them traditional, but to still be like.
You want a woman that's more like down to earth and chill than just wilding out all the time. Is what you're
trying to say. Right. Like I like a traditional woman that's also bisexual, if that makes any sense.
I don't think that makes it traditional.
Nigga, that's not traditional, brother. It's not traditional, good brother.
Okay.
So my wife and I have been having the discussion about like the role of the traditional woman, traditional man, all of this for some time. And we have come to an understanding that we have to figure out what roles we're going to fill, and then handle that while knowing the other person is entirely possible. It's entirely possible she can do any of the things that I'm doing, short of I mean, let's face it. There's some things I can do, she can't. Some things she can do, I can't. But for the majority of the things
don't even highlight it. Don't even highlight it.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm talking to Kyle.
So what? Highlight it. I'm working right now. Highlight that shit.
No,
I can't see the chat.
Shout out to that person.
See
what they say.
We're not going there. Shout out to
salute the two. Salute the two. Yo, nah, that's a whole different ball game right there.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah, aside from that, shoot, like we had to.
King, don't you dare! I knew it.
See.
God damn, King.
Yo. Look,
I knew he was gonna do it. All right,
yo, my fault, son. I had to. I had to, son.
Go ahead. All right, Chris. Appreciate you pulling up.
It's whatever. No, anyway, I was just gonna say I love y'all. God loves you best. I got to get to work. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man.
Salute. Wait, so you can't have a traditional woman that's also bisexual? I don't get that, man.
HB. Stop it.
Those things do not go.
That's modern.
That's a modern thing, bro. That's
no, I get it. I just don't think you can truly go back to true traditionalism in this day and age. So it's like when I say traditional, I mean just a woman that likes to kind of be in her place as a woman. Like she's just more feminine. She's not all some of these women just like, I ain't gonna lie, they be a little bit too opinionated. And I listen, I get it. I love smart women, but like in a relationship, sometimes that should be getting like aggravating, man.
But how can that be aggravating? Because it's like if she has that intelligence and can bring something thought provoking too, it'll make you think in a different direction.
No, I get it, but I don't like. That's where the traditionalism comes in, because I don't really need her for that.
I think there's a difference, Dave, between being challenging and being argumentative.
That too.
This is where I call bullshit on that. This is where I call bullshit on that, because you have a situation as to where it's said many different ways, depending on what type of culture you're observing. Period. You could observe different types of African culture, different types of Asian culture, however you want to slice it. The most concise way that I've heard it said was in a movie when I was a kid. The man is the head, but the wife is the neck. The neck can move the head any which way she wants. Period. Which means, yes, from a standpoint to where the man may be dense, the wife has to come in and flex her muscle as to where she's strong at this point that the man may be weak at. And then where the woman may be weak at something, the guy can come back in and boom. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a partnership. It's supposed to be a give and go. It's supposed to be a team that's happening. Period, point blank. Now
you can also make the comparison as well, like you said, the head and the neck. The neck supports the neck is the main thing that supports the head. At the
it supports exactly, and the head contain. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a situation to where it's a level of equilibrium there. Like there's a balance there.
Can I say this?
Go ahead, Capo.
So I mean, I hear what you're saying, right? But if we look at history, a lot of women that get with men, they see potential and they think they're the ones that's going to help them potentially be a man. And only men can make yourself be a man.
No, you can't. No, Capo, you had it right up until you said that last part. They see the potential and they see how they can possibly come in and actualize potential. That's the correct way to look at it. If they're looking at someone and saying, I can help you become a man, they're wrong right there. They got it wrong right there. That's like saying 1 minus 1 equals 2. You were wrong with the initial assumption right there. You thinking that you as a woman can never make a male be a man. You can't. There's nothing that you can do.
That's a fact.
And if you think that I'm bullshitting, ask some of these single mothers how they men sons turned out. They're males, they're not men though. Statistically speaking. And we can look at it not only in the Black community, we can look at it across the board. They are males from a biological standpoint. They are not men when it comes to a social contract. They're not. A lot. And that's not me being an asshole. Shout out to the women who had to make the situation work for them. But in all actuality, bro, a lot of these dudes who I see, who I know, who I love, and I have we butt heads on this every now and again. It's a thing you're supposed to protect and provide. And if you can't do one, you do the best that you can with the other one until you get the other side right. Period. A lot of these men see their mother struggle and think that that's what a woman has to do to be with them. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? And I don't give a fuck if y'all like how I'm talking or not. That's a fucking fact. A lot of niggas see their mom struggle and think women are supposed to struggle standing next to them. Nah, nigga. That's fucking stupid. That's regressive as fuck when you look at it.
But you also got to think about it. They probably a lot of them don't understand that they're not supposed to struggle like that because don't understand it because they're not taught that. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't have somebody in their life to be able to teach them that.
I understand. And that's where grace comes in. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm not always right all the time. Like people gave me grace. I would not be where I am right now if I didn't get grace. So
that's right.
Like grace go out to everybody who's still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out myself, but god damn, there has to be some type of fucking line somewhere. Shit's fucking pathetic. Respectfully. My bad. Right. Go ahead, pull up, Auntie.
Yeah, we'll wait on Auntie to pull up. She said 5 minutes. This has been a great topic. I didn't think people would get this triggered, but it is what. Yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm not triggered at all.
And thank y'all.
Here's the thing. When I say triggered, I don't mean it in a negative connotation. You see what I'm saying? I mean triggered as in actually wanting to get into the conversation and engage in it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just know what I went through as a father with two baby mamas. And, I experienced it all, man. That shit is not for because I live for my kids. You know what I mean? I stopped gangbanging for my kids. I stopped being in the street for my kids so I can be here. And for a woman to throw narratives out there like I ain't shit, and try to manipulate them like, oh no, you didn't see him. He wasn't in your life all 10 years before we divorced. He's never been around. That shit is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just holding our kids hostage from their father. And women shouldn't be doing that. I don't care what the fuck that nigga did, unless it's on some beating shit or some abusive shit like that. I don't tolerate that. But
right,
you just can't dictate what your kid can have a father or not.
Right.
There's so much to unpack here.
Uh-oh. I think we all about to get sent. Auntie in the building.
Grand Rising, everybody.
Hey, how you doing, Auntie? Good morning. How was your Mother's Day?
I had an awesome Mother's Day. I really did.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed myself. I really felt the love. My kids showed up. My husband showed up. I had a great Mother's Day.
How you feel about what I said yesterday about women in Mother's Day?
I didn't tap into all of it. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and listen because I know what I heard out of context. So, when I know you saw when I came in and put my comment, and I'm like, I'm hearing this out of context. So let me make sure I hear the whole thing. So I'm gonna go back and listen to see what exactly went on. So I'm gonna withhold my opinions on that.
So in other words, you're gonna wait till Sunday to cook me. Got you. All right.
That's all I heard, Dave. That's all I heard. She gonna get that shit off next week.
Well, actually, one of the topics on Nacho Sundays, I am going to be talking about the FOC system, friend of the court system, and its challenges trying to sort out what goes on between men, women, and their children. So that is definitely going to be the topic. It was already said, so you guys to come and talk about it was like it must be in the air.
I'm a wizard, Kyle.
You are, I could tell. But
not a grand wizard.
Y'all had a lot to say, bro. I think there's a couple of things going on. We have a lot of men who have emotional experiences with one woman, and they will blanket the rest of their engagements with women by how that one woman made them feel.
Factual.
The challenge with that is that men are not encouraged to explore and process their emotions. They're just told not to have them. So when you have men who are told not to have their emotions, or who are in environments where they're looked down upon for having emotions, it does make for processing hiccups when emotions do occur. So a lot of times what will happen is, you get a guy who gets with a woman, he quote unquote loves her or falls in love with her, and maybe for her it's not working. She wants to go in a different direction. Now he got to kill everybody in the house. So it's that's a lack of being able to process emotions. So a different version of that is when you have men who are uncomfortable with women operating in their femininity, and when it's time for them to operate in their femininity, these type of men will what the hell? These type of men will see it as intimidating or a challenge, as opposed to seeing it as something they need to learn to understand to be better to themselves and their family dynamic. So when she's expressing herself, or when she is operating in her strength, which is emotional, a lot of times she's crying tears he can't. She's feeling things he's been told not to. And in order for her to express that, he has to be in a place to understand that that's what's happening. But if he doesn't understand that's what's happening, it's you're not submitting, you don't listen, you talk too much, as opposed to him understanding that she's a being like he's a being. She operates in a greatness and he operates in a greatness. Hers is not beneath his is not beneath hers. And if she's being forced to be in the box that he creates for her, that's not growth. That's not growing your dynamic. You get with a woman to multiply. And I'm not necessarily talking about children. You get with a woman to multiply ideas, multiply growth in yourself, multiply your self-reflection, multiply who you are and can be in your communities, multiply business. Like you, it's not just to, when they said be fruitful and multiply, it wasn't just children. You have a whole community fabric, a whole harmonic network that needs to be fruitful and multiply. So when you a lot of times when you have men who are afraid to hear a woman when she's operating in her femininity, and they take it as a challenge, or her talking too much, or her not being submissive enough because she doesn't shut up when he tells her to, that to me, it screams that, hey, as a man, I'm not ready to process anything past what I don't understand. So in order to keep me comfortable, so I stay feeling masculine, I need you to be less of who you are. And I don't think that's the message that a lot of men really want to communicate to their woman, but that's exactly what they're saying when they act like that.
But can I piggyback off that last point real quick? So, you know, as men, we're not taught to live in our feelings.
I agree. I said that. Absolutely.
No, I got you. We're not taught to do that. So when women have that expectation for men to understand feelings like that, it is difficult for men to do that because we don't operate in that world. So it's like, damn, if we do that, you know, if we don't do it, then we're not men. That's
no, you can't acknowledge it as a crutch and not also be willing to fix it. So
no, that's a fact.
Just say, you know, well, we're not taught to be that. Well, now you know that you need to be taught. So are you going to educate yourself, or are you going to use that as a reason to not go forward with this new knowledge you have that you weren't taught?
And Nachi, to follow up right behind you with that's where I speak about. That's why I speak how I speak, Nachi. The standard is here. I don't give a fuck how comfortable niggas are operating in mediocrity down here. Oh, I'm just used to this. This is how I was raised. This is how This is everything that I've seen. This is what I'm comfortable with. The standard is here, fuck nigga. You need a 2.0 to play. Period.
No, so let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not making no excuses.
I'm not punching on you, Capo. I'm
not making no excuses for God, but you know, we have to go through this life and learn shit, right? And it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna be like, oh, I'm moving wrong, or this is what I need to fix within myself so I can be able to have a sustaining, healthy relationship.
Right.
You know, we just don't automatically know these things. You know what I mean? Yes, we're gonna fail, but if you're a real man, you're not gonna fail at that.
You're not gonna consistently fail. Yeah,
that's a fact.
I understand, and I
can appreciate men who understand that those are areas that they have not been educated in. What I have a challenge with is men who admit it and think that's the end of it. That oh, I've got an excuse. I don't need to fix it now. No, now you need to fix it. That's why when you know better, you do better. So when you have men who want to just be excused because they have the buzzwords now, you know, oh well, I know I wasn't taught that. So now that I can see that, you know, excuse me while I act this way. And it's no, now you gotta fix it. So when you have these men who see these shortcomings, who know they are emotionally uneducated, that's when those vulnerabilities show up, where when you are dealing with your woman, you can trust her to help you process that. She's a natural. She's not gonna come if you're trying to move a wall. You know, God bless the woman that helps you, but you're likely gonna call on other men. So when you're dealing with something where your feminine energy is not in a place you can process it, you need to go to your feminine energy. And likely that's going to be the woman you're laying with, sleeping with, eating her food, making babies with, cuddling with, Netflix and chilling with.
Fucking raw.
Yeah, she's got an energy connection to you no one else has. And she's going to be able to help you deal with she's going to see a way to process you that other people, even mom, won't be able to do. So it takes men to recognize, but it also takes them to have that bravery to do something about it. Be vulnerable with the woman that you choose to be with. That's what she's there for. She's the freaking emotional expert. If you picked a solid woman, now there are some women who are batshit crazy, and you probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. But when you have a solid woman, if she's in tune, she already knows you're vulnerable and afraid to show her. So she's already going to be trying to make sure you're comfortable and letting you know however she can. Hey, this is a safe place. I know what you deal with out in the world. When you tired, that's where you come to me for recharging. Let me help you process the heaviness of the day. And as you two do that a lot more often, you'll be able to do the same for her. But it's not enough to just admit it. You got to be willing to do something about it. A lot of men don't want to do anything about it.
That's a fact. And not you, like that. I figured out a nicer way to say what I said.
Here, Cal.
I'm growing.
Yeah, because you wilding right now. You call them fuck niggas and everything. Nah, go ahead.
I said I'm growing.
Ineptitude does not alter expectations. It doesn't. Just because you can't do something doesn't change what you're expected to do. So move the fuck around until you figure out how to do it. With that being said, that goes with the guys when it comes to emotional intelligence. A lot of us do struggle with that because we are conditioned to shut down a lot as opposed to expressing it. Me, like to an extent, I was kind of like cultured that way to an extent, but I was blessed to be in an environment that kind of facilitated expression. Even if it wasn't like outright just being mad, yelling at parents, obviously, like we're Black, we're not getting that off. But like creative expression and shit like that, I could get that off. You see what I'm saying? And I can express myself. That works. That works wonders for people. But my parents and the community that I was in, surrounded by other married Black men who were like business owners, people who like were master tradesmen, whoop-de-whoop, showed me certain things that at that moment in time I wasn't necessarily ready to receive, but I still had a reference point though. You see what I'm saying? Now, when brothers say things like, "Oh yeah," like I think it was HB who was like, "Yeah, like the women need to be more submissive, and that's why our grandmothers were better because our great grandmothers were better because they were coming off the heels of slavery and they were used to being submissive, so they knew how to submit to us better." I'm giving the long and short of it. Like that shit is fucking insane to me, because it's not a situation as to where there's a shortage of women with morals nowadays. Niggas is just lazy when it comes to the effort that they have to exert to get the type of woman that they feel they deserve. And it's the same. I'm talking like this to men because it's a bunch of men up here, minus you, Nachi, obviously. But like niggas lack accountability. Just like for the women's side, there's a lot of dope ass niggas out here who aren't fucking on everything with 2 legs. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Women just lack accountability in that regard as well. It's not, you don't want what you say that you want. You want what's convenient. You need something that's outside of your purview though. And you have to rise to the occasion to get it. And motherfuckers don't like that shit. Men or women. Expectations kill motherfuckers. Period.
We have failed in the sense that we believe that it's okay for men, and I'm not, and please understand, I hope that we're past the point in conversations where we have to preface what we say with not all men and not all women. Like, I hope we're past that. But
I have to say that because of how aggressive I come off. I have to.
But there are some people who listen, and that's the point they're waiting for, is to be like, well, you can't say that. It's not all men. And I would hope that we're past the point in discussion where we need to clarify that. Like, of course, not all men, not all women. But there are some men who believe that just because they're men, they are owed certain privileges from women. And you have men who are they are so subconsciously reckless in how they think that they don't realize that they speak against what they say they want. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is in one ear, you have a man who wants a good woman. He wants a woman who cooks and cleans, caters, all the C's. And then as soon as his good buddy does something he don't like, you acting like a female. Don't act like a bitch. Really soft. You acting like a girl. But you're demeaning the very thing that you said you want.
Right.
Using that to put down another man. Not calling out his behavior for being poor behavior as a man, but demeaning him by giving him female attributes.
Cal, who just put up? Because I'm not.
It's Jules. What's going on, bro?
Okay.
Hi, Jules.
What's the word?
What's going on, Fibonacci? What's up, Cal? What's going on, Dave?
I see you, bro. It's been
What's
a
the
long
word?
time.
My bad. I'm not at the computer right now, so that's why I didn't know.
But I got the keys. I don't need you to pull up in no way. So
what up, Jules?
My bad. What's going on, Capo? I like the conversation though, so I decided that I need to click the link instead of just sitting here and listen to this shit.
Najee, I agree, and I'm gonna post something in the EBO Discord for those who are watching. If you're watching live, you know what I'm saying. Please hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment after the situation is done. But also, please tap into the EBO Discord. A lot of dope conversations. You know what I'm saying. Also, please subscribe to Is We Poddin'. You know what I'm saying? That'll be there as well. And please make sure you pay attention to Nacho Sundays. But Nachi, I will send you something in the Discord. Mm-hmm. Like a timestamp for something that I was watching. I was watching a guy break down Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. And he roughly touched on the themes of how the things that are labeled as toxic masculinity, where it needs to be critiqued. So for instance, in Breaking Bad, it's a lot of what you said in passive language. It's not the main plot whatsoever, but the writers knew what they were doing. So it's stop acting like a bitch. Can we talk like men? You're being a pussy. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. That's subversive language. You see what I'm saying?
It's also when you have women.
Nachi, please let me finish because niggas are gonna say that I'm pandering if I don't get this.
Okay, go ahead.
And I understand, that's how we were as guys, growing up in the 90s period. That's how we talk. Acting like a pussy, acting like a bitch, da 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 da. Whoop-de-whoop. Yeah. That's just that was what it was. But in a situation as to where we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? You know better, you're supposed to do better type deal.
50s, you taking shots at Oflo? That's crazy.
Shout out to him. He's spokesperson for AARP.
I'm crying.
I mean, so is Capo, but it is what it is.
Shout out, but my thing is like,
Dave, don't start with your motherfucking receding hairline, nigga. Your shit's in the middle of your fucking forehead.
No, yeah, please let Cal finish this shit before he loses.
Yeah, because I gotta finish what I was saying. So go ahead.
Yeah, please let Cal finish before he loses.
My bad. When it comes to that, I do agree with you on the point where you were saying, not you, like you're demeaning the very thing that you want to get. But a lot of times it's more so like a colloquialism as opposed to like conscientious thought, like weaponizing weakness and making it pointed at women. It's not necessarily like that. A lot of times it's just like, you're being a bitch. Like, and bitch doesn't have to be like directly towards women. It's just you're not performing up to par type deal. Obviously, you know, right? Nachi, you from the D. You know what I'm saying? You know how.
Well, this is what I let me clarify what I mean, because I was trying to kind of give context to what I was going to say next. What I mean by I'm not talking about when somebody is really acting like a bitch, okay? That because that has no gender. I'm saying when you have men who are, you gossip like a female, you emotional like a female, you in your emotions, you doing that's female shit. You acting like a girl, like but you want a good woman. But yet, when you're speaking about feminine attributes, it's to demean a man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm pointing that out because a lot of times you'll have men who say, you know, a woman has to talk to a man a certain way. A woman has to. She can't just be. You know, you can't say anything to a man. You got to watch your tone when you talk to a man, and you can't raise your voice to a man. You can't yell at a man. He'll shut down. And the way but they don't consider for a blink of a second that there's absolutely the same reverence that needs to be given to how you talk to a woman.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot.
Not all women. Not all men. I'm joking, Fib. I just did the official. It was a joke, Fib. It was a joke, Fib. It was just a joke. It was just a joke, baby. Yeah, she was getting ready to roast my ass. She was getting ready to let me have it. I'm just joking, Nachi. It was a joke, Nachi. She was getting ready to let in. She was ready to let me have it. Nigga, we know it ain't all men and all women. You dumbass, you ain't know.
I got it. Hey, she was powering up the command Bayer real quick just now. I ain't gonna God.
She was getting ready to go in. We heard you, Nachi. We heard you think.
What's up, Jules?
What's going on, Ty, baby?
Jules left
me. We heard your thought process, Nachi.
Jules left me hanging on the panel the other day. It's cool.
Yeah, that was my fault, bro. You know, you can turn your with these iPhones. You don't have to turn the ringer off. You can just hit a button on the side and put it on Do Not Disturb. Right. And I forgot my ringer wasn't on until later on that night when I looked at my phone and tried to figure out why I wasn't getting no text messages, no phone calls. I had 2 minutes phone calls from you, 2 minutes phone calls from Blue, and about 18 text messages I hear it go off because I'm laying here not paying attention to the phone.
It's cool,
but
man.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Not important to you, man. It's all good, brother.
Get out of here, bro. Nah, get out of here. You know that. No,
I got a question.
I wouldn't text you back and apologize for it, bro.
I got a question for Fax. I heard him when I was taking my kids to school. I heard him say something about how females will use the child as a pawn, and he feels like it really shouldn't be that, like outside of like abuse or something, right? To use a word that Cal used earlier, grace. Like I do believe in grace. I do believe people change. But my question to Fax would be, what would be like what would be some of the signs for a woman, for a single mom? Her instinct is to protect her children. What should she be looking for in a man if he's completely changed, right? Because her instinct is to protect her child. And if the child's father has a history of whatever it is, lying, addiction, abuse, negligence, just not even being good with the kids, what should she be looking for to give that father a second chance? Like, what are some of the signs of a changed man, I guess? You know what I'm
saying? That just... Okay, so you said a lot, right? So
I do that.
We got to preference it to where let's go with the abuse, right? There's men out there that will abuse their women, but they won't abuse their kids. You got some that abuse both. If it's the person that's abused both, there is no sign. There's really no sign. You just got to go with what his journey is. If it's still on the same path, then that's your answer. He's never going to change, right? Then you have the people that lie and cheating. That doesn't dictate you being a father, though. Because you lied to the mother.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute, hold on. Because you lied to the mother, you cheated on the mother. That doesn't give her the right to keep your son or your daughter away from you. Period.
Okay. What if I don't want my son to grow up and be a liar or a cheater? What if I don't want that influence around them directly?
No, that's not no. That's not no.
I'm asking facts.
I apologize.
Say that one more time.
My bad.
What if I'm the mother, right? Pause to all the pause New York people in there. What if I'm the mother and I don't want my child growing up to be a liar or a cheater? I don't want them being around that influence directly over my child.
Right. That's not her problem. That's not because she could be a liar and cheater too.
Okay, now you're doing this. All right, let's say hypothetically, facts, right?
Hold on,
right? Like come on, man.
Ty, you can't say over my child. You have to say over y'all child because just as well as it's her child, it is his child too.
I understand that, but this, Jules, do you have kids?
No.
Sometimes as parents, we tend to talk like that. So I apologize, man. We tend to talk like that depending on the circumstance. It's my child, her, whatever.
I understand that, but that's part of the problem.
Okay.
If you don't want your child being around certain instances and certain people because they do certain things, I mean, you be trying to keep your away. You try to put your kid in a box and keep them away from everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Okay. I don't know where the miscommunication is. Jules,
you can control the so to Brill's point as well as to Jules' point, because Jules, you kind of are echoing Brill's point right here.
What is Brill saying?
He's saying you have no real control over what your child becomes. To an extent, correct, but you can control the contributing forces to your child's identity, like their initial, like who they are inherently. That's the whole nature versus nurture thing. You can control, you see what I'm saying? You can control the contributing factors, my guy. So it's like
you really can't because it's all a lot of outside factors, Cal.
There's definitely a lot of
you can't control outside, man.
But you can no. When I say outside factors, I mean
in your household up to a certain age. But once your child starts going outside and interacting with other people, you can no longer control that.
Right, but that's why I said initial.
Okay. My apologies.
Like when it's a child, bro, and they're in the house, like before they even hit preteens. You see what I'm saying? Like from fucking 9 months to about 10 years old. You see what I'm saying?
You control majority of the house. You control majority of the intake. Correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
So if you allow your child, like let's tie, like I'm gonna pass it back to you. Like if me, you see what I'm saying? I got a kid, right? Boom, in the house. Fresh out the womb, and the woman who helped me bring this kid into existence is a fucking liar. She's a cheat. She's a drug addict. She's a fucking gaslighter. She's a manipulator. If I'm like, no, I'm going to do this right here, I can control that echo chamber. You see what I'm saying? I can control that environment as to where they're not seeing me having to negatively respond to that. They're not seeing a liar get this shit off, and they see, oh, that's a behavior that works, because that kids are smart. Kids are sponges. They can just sit and watch something and be like, oh, this works. I'm gonna get this off. So you can control that, and that's the fundamental building blocks. Now, if they want to go after year 10 and start to bring in other building blocks that are counterintuitive to what the fundamentals are, there's going to be a clash within self, period. On a humanistic perspective, it's going to clash with themselves, because it's like, I see that this works, but I'm not raised like that. So it's going to be an internal struggle, because I did my fucking job for 10 years. I controlled that environment, and I'm still there. I may not be able to cut everything off, but they're still going to, hey, well, dad doesn't lie like that. Dad treats people nice. I see that works, but well, dad works too. Dad's way works too. That's different than just letting the child grow up under the tutelage of a fucking goofy for the first 10 years. And their fundamental building blocks is fucking goofy behavior. That's different, bro. So my bad, Ty. I just have to.
No, you good. My philosophy on raising kids, thus up to this point, like I said, it could change. Is I feel like my duty as a father is to build a strong foundation with my kids. I know when my kids get of a certain age, obviously they're going to have other influences and they're going to stray or make mistakes. But I feel like if you've done your job as a parent and laying down that foundation, they're not going to stray too far off. I can't think of too many people I've met in life that came from a good household with good parents, like active parents. I'm not talking about the parents who worked all day and came home and drank beer and watched sports. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about parents that actively spend quality time with their children. I can't think of too many people I know that went astray that came from good homes, like good quality homes. They may have had a parent in the house. They may have had a working parent. But my question is, was the parent like really actively involved in their child's life and spending that quality time and showing that kid love? You know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy thus far. So my question to Facts is, if I'm a single mom, right, and the person that I had a child with has a history of doing whatever, right, addiction, whatever it is, right, but then the father wants to come back and say, hey, I want to see my kids. What should that woman be looking for in that man as a sign of change? Because I think it's easy for us to speak for it as men, right? Like, because we're not females, but being a female in that position, she's a single mom. She's trying to figure things out on her own, but she knows at the end of the day, she has to protect herself and she has to protect her child, right? And I'm guessing that she wants her child to grow up to be a decent, responsible human being. You know what I'm saying? So what should a woman be looking for in a father that says he's changed? That's the question I'm asking.
That's for you, Capo. That question is for you. And I jumped in and answered it the first time. I don't want to jump in and answer it again. The question for you.
Hold on, I'm at work. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Brills, while you in the chat, brother, rich kid has nothing to do with what I said at all. That has nothing to do with quality time or a good home. Having money doesn't necessarily equal a good home. That doesn't equal quality time either.
Okay, until Capo get ready to answer the question whenever you can pull up because it work.
Okay. Go ahead, Jules.
I'm gonna ask you. Do you think I'm a good person?
You, Ty. I don't know you like that to know if you're a good person or not.
I didn't say you. I didn't say you knew me. I asked you a question. Do you think?
I mean, that's hard. That's a trick question, man. I'm assuming you a good guy, bro.
No,
can I answer your question?
No, that's what I'm asking. That's up to you to determine what you think.
Thus far, I think you're a good guy. Yeah, sure.
But I'm not. But I can't get mad at you because if you don't think I'm a good person, I don't think I'm gonna do that. You don't think I'm a good person? No, you can say you. No, I think you're a fucked up human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can say that. That's okay. No, my bad. Okay, I was going somewhere else with it, but I was waiting on Capo to answer the question. The question was for him, so I was asking another question. I was going into something else until Capo got ready to answer the question that was asked of him.
To answer your question, what should a woman look for?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. If that man wants to be in his kid's life, if he wasn't hurting the kids, abusing the kids physically, if he wasn't doing nothing, listens to the kids, if he just lied to her or cheated on her, let that man see his kids.
Is it that black and white though, bro? That's all you want to say, brother?
That's why I didn't want to answer the question because I didn't want to jump into it like that.
See, I'll use myself as an example, right? I'll use myself, and I brought this up when I first pulled up about an hour ago.
Y'all being nice. That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't
fucking stupid.
That wasn't good.
No, that's why I didn't answer the question. That's why I didn't answer the question. It wasn't a question for me to answer. He asked the question of Capo.
Jules, I'll give you an example, bro. I brought this up and I'll bring it up again. My son's mom, right? Her house is the party house. It's the flop house, right? She's been kicked out of a house before for just too much traffic. You know what I'm saying? So my son's mom is the type of person, she social butterfly, likes to have people around, always has people around. When I used to shoot my son over to his mom's house for a few days or for the weekend or whatever, when he would come back, he had all these stories about, you know what I'm saying, other kids he was playing with, or he's playing in the room by himself, but there was a lot of people over there. He couldn't tell me too much about stuff that he actually did with his mom. You know what I'm saying? So
Understood.
I began pulling my son away from over there. I'm like, hey, until you get your household under control, right? Until my son stops telling me about people fighting and yelling and arguing and all this other madness that you got going on in your house, he's going to stay with me full time. And if you want to see him, we can do FaceTime or we can meet up at a park or whatever and do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was my personal decision because number one, Jules, I don't know these people personally who I was over at this house. I've heard too many horror stories about what happens to children. You know what I'm saying? And you know this, right? What happens to children who are unattended to, who are neglected, who aren't watched over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So his safety was a concern of mine. So I pulled back. Now, some people will disagree. Now, some people will disagree, and then I'll shut up. I'll mute up. Some people will say, well, hey, man, as long as she wants to see her kid, she should still be allowed to see him. It's like, no, you know what I'm saying? I want to assure that my son is going to be safe wherever he's at. Yes, there's going to be accidents that happen. Y'all can bring up all this other little stuff. You know, a person can get in a car accident randomly. Yeah, we all know that. You know what I'm saying? But if I know for a fact that he can go over to his mom's house, spend quality time with his mother, I'm not saying she can't have any friends over or any family over, but bro, I feel much better not sending him over there every weekend. If you're having a party every weekend and there's different people living at your house and crashing on your couch and all this, that, and the third, and your attention is more focused on other men, right? And having dudes over rather than watching your kid. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that 100%. I can understand that 100%. Like I said, I didn't want to answer your question. I was asking a question to your question, basically, because a lot of us, I don't know, is good. The type of home you come from does not determine the type of person you're going to be necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bad people come from those 2-parent, what they call it, nuclear homes,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of good people come from those single parent unnuclear homes. I don't know what the word would be for that, but the place you would think good people come from don't necessarily come from there, and the place you think bad people come from don't necessarily come from there. It seems like the worst people in the world that I've met had a nuclear home, and everybody most of the good people that I came from, that's what they call it, a broken home. They can't. Most of the good, genuine, good-hearted people I know come from a broken home. It's the ones that had a nuclear household, that had stuff given to them in the love and shower that we think we're all supposed to give to a child, that the child end up being a fucked up person at the end of the day.
Okay.
That's fair. So do you feel like when it comes to those types of experiences, Jules, do you feel like the familiarity also adds a different lens to it as well?
Yes.
Okay.
If I understand what you mean while you answer that question, that's why I said answer this so quick. Yes.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm back. Ask the question one more time. I got you.
Oh, facts. Come on, man.
Come on, Cowboy, baby. Come on. I try to end the conversation.
It was a real simple question, bro. I was just asking, man, if a woman had issues with the guy that she was with, her child's father, right?
Right.
And say they go through a separation or they're not together and she's raising the son or daughter or kids, multiple kids, whatever, by herself. And then the father comes along and now says, hey, you know, I've changed my ways or whatever, right? Like whatever the issue was before is no longer an issue. So my question to you, bro, was like, what do you think a woman should be looking for in that father? You know what I'm saying? And obviously it depends on the issue. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was my question to you.
Let's say if it's an issue, I'm gonna give 2 examples. If it's a beating issue, right? Mm-hmm. She will have to be a part of that situation. If you're gonna let them see him, she got to be there with them. Just to see if the temper is changed, because you can always tell when somebody's temper. You know what I mean?
Right.
She has to go by that. How he's treating his son, if he's rough or all these other things. So then she has to make a decision or have a conversation with him. These things can happen. Like you got to check your temper or things like that. So you got to build off that shit. Now, if the dude was a cheater, like I cheated on my ex, I'd be damn you gonna tell me I can't see my kid because I cheated on you. That has nothing to do with anything. That was on me. That was my mistake. I'm a human, just like you are. We make mistakes. And at the end of the day, you can't dictate me being in my kid's life because I'm the father. You wouldn't have got pregnant without me. Because at the end of the day, when the men and women separate, the kids can be going with the father anyway. Because that's his seed, that's his child. They only carry the egg. They can't get pregnant nowhere else.
Ty. I got a brother. My little brother. He got kind of the situation where his baby mama was like, what you talking about? About like partying and wanting to do stuff. And you know what I'm saying, he didn't come off because he said that the courts had to come in and take the kids. You know what I'm saying? And the fathers came and got their kids, but my little brother had just came home from prison. My little brother ain't only been home a year from prison. No, he didn't been to prison 11 years out of his life. He comes home, his son, they outside doing whatever at any given time of the day, any given time of the night. They ain't got no food in the house, ain't got no furniture for real in the house, but the mama always out partying at a party, at a club, doing drugs, doing whatever. But she don't put him on child support. My little brother get custody of his son and say, no, I will never stop letting my son see his mama if he want to see his mom. That's his decision on whether he want to see her or not, even though I know she's not stable enough to provide a comforting household for him. I don't need her to do that because I do that. But if he got a bond with that lady, and he wants to keep that bond, that's his right. That's their right to keep that bond. I'm not a person that can keep, you know what I'm saying? I love my little brother for the way he broke it down to me. He said, nah, bro, I would never put on child support, no shit like that. And I never stop him from seeing her, even though I know she ain't able to raise him stably. I still would never stop him being able to see her or try to put on child support or try to get any money from her for him. No. And when she get her shit together, if she say she want her son back to live with her and he wants to go, I'll send him back to live with her. But you know what I'm saying? But she got to get her shit together first. So I understand what you're saying in the aspect, but you know what I'm saying? And that is still they're still a parent. So whether the father or long as they didn't do nothing to the kids, long as it was like adults, like kids should stay out of shouldn't have to worry about adult business. I seen a video on YouTube the other day. A guy, he was married to this chick for like 13 years, ended up having an 11-year-old trying to come stay in the house with him. She said no, it was too much for her. She didn't know, you know what I mean? Even though they were separated when he might have got the chick pregnant, he had a child for 11 years. You know what I'm saying? And they arguing in front of the child. That's stuff that child should be kind of shielded from. He shouldn't have to stand there and listen to two adults argue about why his wife don't want him in the house with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That should have been kids are supposed to be protected from a lot of stuff. For sure. And most of that stuff is the adult world. And that's what we be like. We be trying to put too much adult stuff on kids when we should just let them be kids.
I agree with that. I guess the point I was trying to make, man, was like it's really like a slippery slope sometimes. It's not it has to be like this or it has to be like this. You know what I'm saying? It's really a case by case type of thing for sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying it should always be about if it's adult business or it's about adult and kid business. If the adult business didn't always work out between you and the other parent, don't mean you should keep that child away from him because of the adult business that happened. No. Now, if it's something that's, you know what I'm saying, that got something to do directly with the child, then yes. But no adult business like cheating. That's adult business. Kids shouldn't even have to worry about that.
And to your point, Jules, because y'all were touching on it, like touching on the subject, I wanted to say, like, relationships are different than parenthood. Relationship issues are different from parenthood issues. So,
thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that.
Yeah, like if somebody violated your trust from a romantic relationship side, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna do some sideways shit to the kid. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all are the adults. Y'all are the consenting parties. You see what I'm saying? Like, the kid didn't ask to be here. Period. And I think a lot of people kind of miss that shit when it comes to these types of talks, like what we've been talking about for the past, for the past like hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. The kid didn't ask to be here. See what I'm saying? You as a man a consenting party in this shit, you found a way to maybe not overtly ask, but you put that shit on. You see what I'm saying? You was asking for some pussy. You see what I'm saying?
Didn't pull out.
And
supposed to pull out.
And the young lady was asking for you feel me? Like y'all asked for what y'all got. You see what I'm saying? It was an equivalent exchange. The child didn't ask for anything. So it's like I agree with that. Like it definitely needs to be more pride needs to be put aside in that type of situation. In where it's the child, because the child is always the most important thing. You see what I'm saying? Just the act of making a child. It's like this is going to be you making a child is your contribution to this infinite web of humanity. You're good after that. Technically, theoretically, after you teach them all that you know, you can die. You getting to 60, 70, 80 is a luxury. Period. But they don't really need you after a certain point. They don't. If we're going off with some nature shit, they don't need you. It'll be great to have you, but it's like, come on, like. So I agree on both parts. Like men and women need to kind of do a lot of soul searching before it's like, if it's a conscientious decision to bring a child into the world, like get your shit together as a person first before you start trying to go out and bring somebody into this bullshit ass world that we got going on right now. Like,
and kids' feelings are more important. Kids' feelings are more important than grown adult feelings.
Right.
And that's exactly why I never had kids, because I was too selfish to bring a child into this world knowing how I was living.
That's a great point, facts.
So if we yes, we want to protect our kids from the crazies. Like there's a lot of people out there that shouldn't be parents at all. Yes, I'm agreeing with you, but we have to understand kids have feelings and they're gonna have these questions. And a lot of people, a lot of grown-ups, they lie to their kids. They manipulate their kids so they don't have to answer the tough questions.
A lot of kids
hold accountability for themselves.
Right. And a lot of kids resent their parents for that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some understanding of everybody's perspective
for those lies.
My bad, y'all. My Wi-Fi went out while I was in the middle of
for the simple
so
lies.
my apologies.
You good?
You all right? Just for the simple lies, a lot of kids start to feel some type of way towards their parents for being lied to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that draws a whole nother dynamic. With
some fathers got to jump through motherfuckers hoops just to get their kids to believe in them.
Right.
Because how the mother paints the picture of most guys, most fathers, it's like they the evilest person in the world. Well, he left you to be with this white bitch. No, that's not how it happened. I left you
the
first.
Woman. Yeah, he left the woman.
First.
Yeah.
Salute to my biological father, man.
My kids are not going to go nowhere unless you take the fear in that shit.
Yeah, because you're dealing your facts. You're going up against. I don't know how old your kids are, but however many years that your children's mother poured all that negativity into them. You know what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with that, like to where it's become a stronghold over their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They can't perceive you as being righteous or being a good person because mama done told them you a piece of garbage for, you know what I'm saying? However many years. You know what I mean? So
wouldn't let me talk.
And these are my older kids. My older kids are 25 and 20.
Yeah.
My mother wouldn't let me tell the truth about my biological father and call him a crackhead in her presence.
Wow.
My mother never talked bad about my father, my biological father, and she would not. I couldn't even say, yeah, he's a crackhead in her presence. She was that, and salute to my mama for it, but I don't have no. I guess that was for me not to have no animosity towards the nigga when I grew up, because he left when I right before my 5th birthday, but he wasn't in the house like that. We had separate apartments. You know what I'm saying? Because it was an abusive relationship. He used to try to beat my mama ass, and my mama wasn't taking no ass whooping, so she would whoop his ass and call the police and get him locked up. You know what I'm saying? Or he would call the police and get himself locked up. However went. But you know what I'm saying? My mama never let me say one bad thing about that man in her presence. She never said nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I still didn't know the dude. Like, so you know what I'm saying? It was still a dynamic to where I grew up not caring about him at all. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him. He was a stranger for me. That a person I didn't know, just flat out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she said a lot of my traits and shit I get from him, and it's like, how do I get these things from him if he wasn't there for me to see him do this stuff, or for me him to, like, you know what I'm saying? Certain ways I put my hand on my finger on my temple. She was like, damn boy, you look just like your damn daddy doing that right now. Like, for real? Like, what are you talking about? I've never seen him do that. Like, I've never, you know what I'm saying? We only stay in the same state. I don't know his mannerisms, and how the hell do I have the same mannerisms as he has?
Genetic.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the nature side.
I've never been, you know what I'm saying? I thought I would be more like my stepdaddy. Nah, you look just like your damn daddy. Doing that dumbass shit. Like,
my mom never spoke ill of my dad. My dad wasn't around. I didn't see my dad since I was like 6. She never spoke ill of him, and I respect that. She kind of let me find out on my own. So when I got to know my dad when I was like maybe 19, he reached out and we started talking on and off over the years. But I come to find out, Jules, you know what I'm saying? My dad is very, very manipulative, very selfish. You know, he's a coward, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of ways.
And see, my mom, your mama probably still loved the fuck out of that man.
Probably, but I feel blessed, and this is, I guess, where my questions is coming from for facts, is I feel blessed that I didn't grow up under him now. You know what I'm saying?
You and me, I feel the same way about mine. Because my father smoked crack. My father took back my gift, and that's when Mama said, "Nah, enough is enough." When he started taking back, like, not Christmas presents, but my birthday presents. Back, he started taking them shits back to the store, saying he was going to get something else for me, and going to end up taking them just back to back crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Mom was like, "Nah, you're not about to do this to my son." You got me? You know what I'm saying? So she called his family and told him to come get him, because if he ever tried anything like that again, she was gonna kill him, and she was dead serious. Like, but you know what I'm saying? My mom, she never really ever. I don't ever think I heard her talk bad to that man about anybody else. And when she was on her deathbed, and literally her deathbed, the bed she died in, and she needed help around the house, she was gonna call this man up because I couldn't get there because of my situation. She was gonna call him and ask him to come take care of her. Like, Mama, is you stupid? You don't know who that dude is? Like, Mama, is you crazy? That man been gone for 10 years. I wrote the man. I seen him on my 21st birthday. I was searching the internet, just scrolling, Googling, and ended up typing his name in. He was in prison in Florida. Okay, cool. I'm gonna write the dude, let him know I ain't got no hard feelings towards him. I don't know him. My mama never said nothing bad about him. He ain't never got to worry about me. My mama did a wonderful job. In my opinion, I didn't miss the nigga at all. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't miss you one beat in my life at one point. So it was like that. That's how I felt towards him. And he chose to go play father and stepfather to kids that weren't his.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that for the kids that he actually had, me, my brother, and my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though my sister and my mom, they got their own mama, their own situation. Still, you didn't, you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing was, when I got grown and my brother had my niece, it was, I pay for the life insurance. Just take the life insurance policy out and make her the sole beneficiary. I pay for it myself. You know what I'm saying? My sister said he started to try to do it, but he died before he could get it complete, so it didn't happen. But that was my only wish for that dude. Like, dude, you ain't did nothing for us in life. Do something for your granddaughter in death. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny too, man. I see a lot of parents end up being better grandparents than they was parents, man. Have y'all ever noticed that?
That's the responsibilities removed.
Exactly. You can get the kids back.
Yeah, you could. Like, Ty, I'm a dope ass uncle. You see what I'm saying? I'm a dope ass uncle.
I'd be a fucked up father.
I'm not gonna say I'd be a fucked up father. I feel like I put.
I ain't gonna say. I mean, not like a bad fucked up, but I would be a fucked up father.
Yeah, like as a young,
I'm gonna be crazy.
I'm no kid at 21-year-old me.
Hell no,
nigga. Do you know what I was doing at 21?
I was way too selfish for myself back then.
Nigga, I was wigging. I was happy I wasn't in jail.
I was in jail. I was about to say I was locked up, bro. I was locked up at 21.
See?
Shit, I got locked up. No, did I get locked up when I turned 20? No, because I got locked up at 18. I got locked up at like 19. I got locked up at like 20, and I think I got locked up at like 22, 23, something like that.
I think, Ty, too,
it
has a lot to do with parents who may have realized some mistakes they made and want to do better by the grandchildren than they did by their own children.
Right, but that they're coming. Why I said that there's no responsibility, Nachi, is because
no, it's that too. It's absolutely that too.
Yeah, there's no responsibility to learn on the job. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
you got to learn on the fly, right?
You can sit back and be like, "Damn, I was really wrong with how I told Nachi not to."
It's like 2020.
She was a kindergartner, and damn, and I told her that when she was in 5th grade. Then I said this in 9th grade. Then I said this right before she went to prom in 11th grade. And then when she graduated, I told her she wasn't going to be shit. She was never going to You can sit back because there's no responsibility to raise anybody on a day-to-day. So yeah, you get the luxury.
That's the reality for some grandparents. But on the other hand, you do have grandparents who are parents all over again. And they don't want to make the mistake that they made with the child that left them with their grandchild. So sometimes they're trying to correct, some of the challenges that they had that maybe they feel led them to have a child that's like, nah, I'm living my life. I'm doing me. You wanted to be a grandma? Here you go. They're trying to make sure they don't do that again. So I think that has something to do with it too.
That's fair as well. I'm not
I be saying things about I saved my life because I believe, like when I asked Ty if he believe I'm a good person, he said, I don't know, he think I am. I believe I'm a dope ass dude. I think I'm a really good person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going through. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you can't expect me to give a good answer if I've been staring at an avatar for a few months. You see what I'm saying? Like,
my guy. I done said my guy. Ty, that's what I said. That's why I asked what you think, bro. That's why I said I can't get mad at what you think. Your answer because you don't. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you. You could have said, no, I think you're a fucked up dude. I'm still not gonna be mad at you, bro, for saying it. That's your opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? That your opinion doesn't make it true or false. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just your opinion. So I'm definitely, that's why I asked you. That's your opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm a dope ass dude, but I come from a really fucked up place.
Yeah. That's the point you're trying to make.
I come from drug dealing. I come from partiers. Mm-hmm. I come from hustlers, thieves.
I don't want you to get misconstrued what I was saying, bro. Like, I'm not saying you can't come from that environment and turn out to be an okay guy. Like, I met a lot of dope dudes on the streets, or even when I was in prison, that were people. If you look at their track record or their you know what I'm saying, their crimes, you would think that they're a heartless, ruthless killer or whatever, but they were some of the most genuine, most dope dudes I've ever met in life. And I wasn't saying that. I was just saying if it can be avoided, if I can avoid my children being raised by that type of influence, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do that. Does that make sense?
That's what. Yeah, I understand. But see, and that's what I say. Like, sometimes we try to shield our children from what we went through and not let them experience it on their own. And then when they experience it on their own later on in life, they're really not equipped for it because they didn't have to handle it earlier in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. That's why I say it's kind of like a catch-22. There is no right way or playbook for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a feel. You have to. Being a parent is a feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to learn on the fly. You got to feel that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be there for you. If people don't feel like they can be, then you shouldn't be. That's just why I never had children. It's not that I didn't feel like I could be a father. I felt like I didn't trust the women I was sleeping with enough to be a decent mother, to where I wouldn't have to go upside her head about being a fucked up parent to my seed. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that would be the only thing, that would be kind of the only reason you could get me to put my hands on a female, is because she's doing something to a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's my child. Then no, shorty, we got different problems. I don't care if it's your child too. You don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So no, I didn't trust the women I was sleeping with enough to be a good parent because I wasn't in the place of messing with good people. What we consider good people.
I can appreciate that answer, man. I tell people this all the time. Cal can confirm this. I say this like online and offline. I tell brothers who don't have kids all the time, man, when you do decide to have children, make sure it is with somebody that you are actually with, that you love, and that you think is going to make a good mom. You know what I'm saying? That's my advice to all brothers that don't have kids yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to lay with somebody, you're thinking about having children, make sure you are established, you got your life together. You know what I'm saying? You're situated, she's situated, and you trust her to be a good mom. So I do agree with you on that.
That's why I say I'd be a fucked up parent, because I could be my usually, because because you know the type of women that feel like the man should eat first. You know, have like they have the dynamic that the man comes first in the household, and it's like, no, it ain't. The kids come first in the household. So by my ideology, we might knock heads on that because you're more worried about catering to me than you are about kids. So no, like, you know what I'm saying?
Jules, I have to commend you for even admitting that, because there are a lot of
crazy.
men
I
out
hate
here. They are not.
women and men.
So
I
it's
don't say I hate.
it's
I
a lot
really
of
have a
men
dislike for
out
people who
here
think like
who are
that.
not into the women that they are with. They are into how she's into him.
Exactly. Like,
And
you
that chick
can't.
is busting out your windows and flattening your tires, and you calling it
And it's fun
love,
and
and you
games,
want to go
right?
knock
It's
her up.
toxic,
That might
right?
be a
It's
mistake.
toxic. No, like I wasn't messing with the right women at that time, so it's hecky now. But then I feel
Yeah, I
like
commend you for even admitting that.
if you put your child before me one time, I'm in love with you. But if you put me before your child one time, I'm looking at you sideways. Like, how do I come before your child? How does an adult be catered to more than kids do? Like they say, they be having I don't know if y'all seen a little thing post on Facebook, stuff like that. They say, who eats first in the household, the man, the wife, or the kids? And there be a lot of people saying the man. Like, yeah, y'all serious? Like, no,
And
kids
it's
are
a
supposed
lot
to
of
eat
men
first.
that expect that answer too.
Exactly,
And
and
it's
that's
like
what's
a
even worse.
reprogramming that needs to happen when it comes to what you're looking at in a long-term relationship. Some people are thinking about long-term relationships and they're using a right now mentality to process it. And it's like, you
I don't understand how
into
people
you
think
right
shit
now,
that come
but when you
about
have
before the
kids,
kids.
you're gonna
That's
feel
crazy.
different.
You're supposed to sacrifice for the kids. The kids ain't supposed to sacrifice for you. The hell?
Jules, to
Like
your
that, I
point,
don't.
where you said you said you felt a way about essentially people shielding their kids from what they went through, and that leaves them ill-equipped for experiencing it later on in life when they have to go through it. I understand that part, but I just want to say this real quick. It's kind of like, and I've said this here before on Dave's platform. Like, there was an African proverb that I live by, to where it's elders for counsel, youth for war. Like, and you get wisdom from learning from other people's mistakes. You get intelligent from learning from your own.
Learning from your own.
So it's like, like you can prepare them by telling them exactly what happened and being honest and forthright with kids and having transparency. You see what I'm saying? Because kids are operating from a very fundamental, like, rubric. They're just going off of
but a lot of parents don't know. It's really hard, Cal, to try to introduce kids to an adult situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not over. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. Because my dad, when I was a kid, my dad and my grandfather, actually, they told me as a kid, coming off of the hills, mind you, my dad was born in Alabama, raised on the south side of Chicago, and my grandfather was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, type shit. Raised south side of Chicago. He's Native American. But he was like, they both said it from different places at different times and from different branches. They're like, the military is not a place for a black man. Period. They let me know. And I was like, why? Ask questions. I was legit 6, 7, 8 years old. They told me exactly why. Stand in that corner. No, why are you coming out? Your brothers can eat. Why are you coming out that corner? Stand in that corner. Why, Dad? Because I said so. You have to stand there until I tell you can leave. That was the lesson. That's what the military is. You have to respond to every command given to you, even if it doesn't make sense, even if you don't agree with it, because somebody over you told you. And I was like, okay, yeah, no. Learn that quick. Simple lesson. Learned it at a young age.
Yeah, but I agree with you. But it's a lot of things that what I mean by that. I'm talking about the harder, not. You know what I'm saying? Not so much as the not the decisions you make, but kind of the decisions you made when you're in the messed up situation.
Okay, so not from a company, from a tumultuous.
Yeah. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say, like, you know what I'm saying, like, from fundamentally what you're saying, you're totally correct. You can, but it's a lot of times that you can't. You can't explain. It's harder. It's harder to explain your choices and why you picked the woman you picked, or why you love the woman you love, without introducing the child into adult circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's you know what I'm saying, that something might come up in that situation. Why do you love mommy so much? Why do you, you know what I'm saying? And it might be adult reasons that you love you. You know what I mean, for that, where that love started from, or how did you? You know what I mean, little questions you get. How did you and mom meet? And you gotta doctor up the story so you can take out the perversions of it that might have been the truth. And you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, all right. My best example. My mama was an exotic dancer. Not let me say stripper, because she didn't take off no clothes. She came out and danced half naked. She didn't come out and take off shit. But when I was five when my mama started dancing in the strip clubs. I was 5 years old. My mama adopted. I had two of my cousins. They were 8 and 9 at the time. 8 and 9 at the time, or 8 and 10, something like that. But it was us three. They was my cousins, but they were my adopted sisters. And Mom Deuce came home right after she called my biological father's family and told them what the situation was about him being on drugs real bad. And if they didn't come get him, and he came around and tried to say anything to me again, she was gonna kill him. She really put the fear in the parents. Like, yeah, so they came and picked him up. Like they really came and got him and tried to took him back to Alabama, I believe it was. That's where they from. But right after my 5th birthday, my mama called us downstairs one time. She in her bra and panties. Nothing I've never not seen before in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's my mom. Of course, I didn't see her damn near naked. But damn, you know what I'm saying? Is bra and panties. She turned on the music and started dancing. This is what I'm going to be doing for money. Do you guys have a problem with this? To kids. No, mama, no, we agree. No, that's fine with us. Go ahead. But she was more worried about having art approval to do it than, you know what I'm saying, how people will look at her for, damn, why the hell you dancing in front of your kids like that? Telling them that, why are you introducing them to that situation? You know what I'm saying? But it was that, so to make sure we were okay with the situation, so we couldn't get bullied and picked on because other people wanted to say shit about it. That's what I mean. Shit like I mean, I think that was a super tough decision for her to make. No, I don't think in hindsight that would be something I would want my baby mama to do in front of my kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not around and that's what she has to do for the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not something I think I would want her doing. You know what I'm saying? But my mama did it. Okay, cool. I never had a problem in school, outside, or anything about somebody saying your mama a stripper, this, and the other. Right. Everybody was pretty much envious of me because I was the kid that had everything. I was the kid in the hood that had everything. You know what I'm saying? We was the upper echelon of the low class people. And we got that because my mama was shaking her ass. And that's how she got introduced to my stepdaddy, who, damn, she met in a strip club. Drug dealer. Okay, cool. This is the environment I'm raised in. My mother's is what they call a stripper, and my father's a dope dealer. I go to, you know what I'm saying, okay, who am I? I go to my grandmother's house, who my mom didn't want her around because how the relationship between them, because my grandmother was an abusive parent. She used to beat the shit out of my mama every day of her life, damn near kill her. You know what I'm saying? And mom got taken away, put in the foster home for all the beatings that she took. So my mama really didn't want me around my grandma. Plus, she was a drug addict. She was addicted to everything. Plus, she sold drugs. Her house was the party house. You know what I'm saying? That her house was the spot. And shit, my mama really didn't want me around it, but it was like, damn, mama, how can you be hypocritical? You don't want me around that because that's what they're doing over there. But shit, what's going on in the house? Even though when y'all get ready to do what y'all do, yeah, y'all give me some money and send me outside of the house and make sure I don't come back until y'all done. But y'all still doing the same things. You really don't want me over my grandma's house because they do. So I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We grew up kind of like fucked up, and most of the people in our family, most of the men, we grew up without fathers.
Yep.
Our fathers weren't there, and there ain't nobody in my family. There ain't no man that got kids in my family who ain't 100% in their child's life. They kids see them every day of their life, not on the weekends, not No, nigga, my little cousin got three boys. They all he married, never no scandals, no cheating, none of that shit, none of that. He had football games, basketball games, all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jules. Hey, sorry for
good,
interrupting. Just want to let everybody know right quick. About 9 minutes is when we're gonna end the live, right? But if people want, I got there's another live already going right now of little 3-4 hour marathon of 2019 battles. So once this live ends, if people want to go back and listen to that, they can. So like I said, about 10 minutes, we're gonna end this one, and then if you want to go listen to those battles, they can. It'll be up for like 3 or 4. Like, I'm gonna play for like 3 or 4 hours and stuff like that. So
appreciate that, Dave. Appreciate it.
I'm getting tired. Ain't gonna lie to you.
I know.
You sound like in your voice, but it sound like you have sleep already.
No, Jules, I understand.
All right, gentlemen, let me get off of here, ladies. Tad, salute to everybody. Y'all have a blessed day. You know what I mean? I love these conversations. As adults, we have critical thinking. We can just, process a lot of things. This is good. So salute to everybody.
No problem. Be safe out there, man.
Salute, Capo. I was just saying that to say that it was like it's just certain situations that it's harder to introduce kids to. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand that, and that was real. You saying that, and actually breaking it down categorically how you were introduced to certain things. You see what I'm saying? Especially you being honest and transparent about you not even knowing how you would feel if that was the case. If your baby moms did something like that.
Exactly.
Like, and that's in that you being self-aware enough to understand, like, okay, yeah, I got introduced to something like this or whatever the case may be. But me knowing that and experiencing that, I'm not sure I would want somebody else to go through that. The fact that that level of like self-awareness and critical thinking is there is one of the main things that are like missing from niggas doing this. And that's where I always like Dave, I think Dave, Nachi, Ty, brothers who are up here, Consistent Brills as well. I don't really talk to Brills like that. But like everybody says, like, that's my catchphrase where I'll be like, niggas. And I don't mean to do it, but that's like, like niggas don't even understand. Like a lot of men don't have self-awareness enough to be like, just because I went through something doesn't mean it's okay for somebody else to go through it. Or it
right.
Like
exactly
like that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like even basic stuff like basic shit like the type of scrutiny that you kind of go through when you're, I don't know if other people went through it. I know a few people as well, like EBL, Battle Rap, Discord, our Discord as well. Like if you're a black man playing sports and you were any type of dope, like you know what it feels like for women to throw themselves at you. Or like if you're moderately attractive or whatever, if you had a skill, something, and like women are very aggressive to you, and it's kind of like I don't really like some of these advances. Some of y'all are kind of bugging. You're bad. You can come through customs, but y'all like I don't like this. You see what I'm saying?
But a nigga love aggressive women though. I just want to throw that out there. I love that.
That was cool. That was cool when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, but like. It's different. It's just different. Like that's a little like off-putting.
Well, I think I love all women. Damn, I can't say. You know what I'm saying? I like submissive women too, but yeah.
So I mean, like just like certain shit is like I'm used to that. You see what I was used to that. My brothers, like I literally just got back from national championship for my brothers playing lacrosse. Like they were literally competing in the national championship the other day. And they're them guys. Like they literally can't. They were coming off the field, had people walking up. Can I get your autograph? Can I? They're used to that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I would want my child used to success. I don't want them to have to feel like, oh, like borderline sexual harassment is cool. Like I don't want them to have to like internalize that. Because we tell.
But see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of us don't even see that though. Like motherfuckers don't even understand that's a double standard, like a motherfucker when it comes to that though. But in the world. Because a woman walk up to you and flash her titties to you, that's sexual harassment to a motherfucker. If you want to be true and through to the situation, but a nigga just take the marker and sign the titties and keep it moving.
Like you kind of gotta like, as a guy, like we're conditioned to that. I don't want my kids to be like, that's okay. That may be something that you gotta pivot and kind of expect. but I don't ever want them to be like, that's okay. Because if I have like for my sons, you see what I'm saying? Because I don't want my daughter to just get used to niggas just popping, like, you see what I'm saying? Pulling out the hammer on them. Like, damn, Shawty, you went 32-10 tonight. Whip out the hammer on her. Like, I don't want her to have to deal with some shit like that. That's crazy.
See, I did see that, and that's another thing I went through though. That's another thing I went through, like literally went through. Like I had to get out of the habit of doing that. So like I used to just real shit. I used to just rock at, hey, shorty, here it is, right here for you. But I got that because my great grandmother, as a kid, when I was like 5 and 6 years old, she used to play and tell me, put it on the table. I give you $10, you pull it out and put it on the table. And I used to put, hey, for that $10, I used to do it every time. And it tickled the shit out of her. She would laugh her ass off. She would laugh 15, 20 minutes behind that shit. But that was her thing. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Because me and her, that was like my favorite person in the world at that age. We had a little crazy type of bond. You know what I mean? First person fall asleep, you put cards in their mouth or go get some food. You know what I'm saying? Or get the string and rub it across the face and make you slap her. You know what I'm saying? We just played like that. But she used to tell me, pull it out and put it on the table. I give you $10, $20. All right, cool. Hey, shit. Here you go. It used to tickle the shit out of her. And when I grew up, I used to pull out a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can trace back a lot of my actions to my childhood, to where I know where I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's coming from being in jail after actually having to study and not having time but to do nothing but really reflect. Motherfuckers use that time in jail to reflect on you, then it makes you a better person. But if you go in that motherfucker just going with the flow, you're gonna come out and go right back. And I wasn't trying to go back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, appreciate the conversation. I know Dave started off on some troll shit and trying to get niggas mad and arguing, but I feel like the conversation went into a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was dope, man. Dope.
I have a question.
Go back and forth. Yes,
and I agree with you, Carol. This is a dope conversation. I really think so. I'm glad to hear men talk about this because you guys aren't encouraged to be exploratory when it comes to your behavior patterns. That kind of leads into my question. What is it going to take to encourage action after the realization? I don't know if I've shared with you guys, but I am the baby girl of a lot of brothers. And it seems like once they have a name to put with whatever the behavior is, they don't know how to correct. They just stay there.
Nachi, you clearly not looking at the screen, right?
Oh,
okay.
It's time limit. We got a minute left.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
He about to end this live.
Yeah, you about to end
Oh,
this
sorry. Well, yeah, that was my question. How do we encourage taking action after you realize what the problem is? If you know you're traumatized, if you know you grew up in a bad environment, how do we encourage taking action to not be the results of those environments?
But they're taking action.
How do we encourage taking action? Because a lot of us stay at the problem.
By taking action. By taking action. That's the best I can give it.
Hold on. I said 11. Unless Nachi, Cal, y'all want to keep it going, y'all can keep it going. But at 11, I'm leaving. I'm letting y'all that.
Well, I'm driving, and this is your show, so I'm not gonna.
I can end it whenever you're ready for me, Dave. You know, I got the keys, I got the car. I want me to end it.
Yeah, Jules.
No, I'm just saying. I want to be rude. I don't want to be rude and inconsiderate.
Hit the end button.
So let's do this, Dave. Because I do want to answer Nachi's question and allow her joint to do it. Dave, I'll wrap up the show for you.
All right.
So yeah,
and then head over to Discord.
yeah. So I'll answer the question really quick, Nachi, for you, and then it's not even gonna take that long. So really quick, I agree with Jules, taking action, and because if a lot of men take action and facilitate an environment to where it's okay to step forward, step out on faith, and knowing better and doing better, it facilitates an environment as to where the children watching them are like, oh, it's okay to
do you want me to let Black up? Because Black is actually in the be pulled up.
Oh, Black is here. Go ahead. I literally was gonna wrap. I was gonna answer a question to wrap this up. So
okay. All right, Black. You see what he said? All right, go
yeah,
ahead.
my bad.
My Black might have a point though. You know what I'm saying? He might have something to say. It might not be a question,
Right,
but he might have something.
I'm gonna leave. You're in charge. You end it when you're ready. How about that?
All right,
Have a great one, Dave.
Be safe, Dave. I got you.
Salute,
Black.
Dave. Thank you, sir.
This
Yo,
bird will
salute,
not get
Dave.
out the
Salute,
road.
salute.
Oh my God. You
Salute,
are gonna
man.
get run over.
So last bar of mine.
Salute,
not
my good
you,
brother.
I think it does a lot when young Black boys are able to see Black men being like, yeah, I was out here, I was out of pocket
Accountable.
until I knew better. Now I'm doing better. This is how you can do better as well, and you show it as opposed to telling it.
Yeah.
You can talk to them if they ask
Bro,
questions.
that's a fact, bro. Like, bro, that's how I am with I got kids that used to be in my life and some that's still in my life. And that's what I do. I let them know about my mistakes. And I let them know they might think that, they think I'm intelligent and stuff like that. And they think that I'm they see me having a business and all that stuff. But I tell them my shortcomings. And sometimes that's why I used to have to tell their mama, I be like, nah, I don't get in front of them and be acting like, oh, I'm this, that. Like, nah, I don't do that. I tell them shit based on them to do better than what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Even if, listen, this is what happens though. The kids will come to you and be like, oh, well, why you ain't do it? Right. That's cool. I'll take that. And I'll tell them why. Listen, this is why I ain't do it. I fucked up. I was thinking this way. I was being lazy. I was overthinking. You know what I mean? I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I let them know honestly why. And even if I make a mistake still right now, I'll tell them. You understand? Right. I still make plenty of mistakes. And I let them know. I let them know my shortcomings. That way, you just got to be honest with them. Now, it doesn't mean that it's gonna automatically, because they still gonna have their situation. But you don't give them a platform to play victim. You don't give them a platform to I don't want to say everybody have excuses, but you just don't want to give them a platform for that type of energy. Right. You want to give them a platform to be accountable. And I think that's what the lady was just trying to say. You want to give the kids a platform to be accountable for their actions. That way they can learn from it. Not just, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, all these loud ass trucks.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. We can hear you. You sound like you outside, but we're in the tunnel, but we can hear you, bro.
Yeah, my bad. I'm walking over here trying to go to Zaxby's. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know what I mean? That's all I wanted to say, man. It's definitely, that's the way to go. Some of our old schoolers, like where we from, they ain't really do that. Yeah. And they probably ain't need to do that. They didn't need to do that because we needed some pride years ago. You know what I mean? But now we don't need. We got a lot of pride now. We don't need it now. Now we got to deal with, in my opinion, now we need to deal with, getting things done, execute things, and building. Right. It was a time we needed some pride though. Go ahead though, brother. My bad.
No, that's it.
Go ahead. We was waiting on you to finish up, bro. You're the only reason why we still live is because you pulled up.
Oh, all right. I appreciate it, brother.
We're gonna end the show. Yeah, we're gonna end the show as soon as you get finished, brother.
All right. No, that's all I was just saying. It's definitely we definitely got to let the kids know, our shortcomings, so they can learn from it, and continue to encourage them, even when they don't want to be encouraged. Because I understand they're younger than you. They don't know. Right. I know we think they know, because they can deal with this technology and stuff pretty quick, but that's not the end all to be all. Us as grown men and women, we know it's much more to life than that. You know what I mean? So that's just a convenience, but it's just all type of other stuff that we have to do. So that's all, man. Just give them the platform to be accountable for their actions, man, and let them know it's okay. It's okay for us as grown-ups to let them know about our shortcomings and shit like that. There you go, brother.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, Black. I appreciate you pulling up and giving your insight. So, with that being said, like, I feel like that's a great place, if any, to wrap it up. Like, the operative word for today being accountability.
Accountability. Let's rock out with that.
That just kind of is what it is. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Definitely appreciate everybody commenting. Everybody, like I said, came up, gave their opinion. Even people who were hating in the chat, like trolling, whatever the case may be. Appreciate all of y'all. This is another great episode of the Wave and Blaze podcast. With that being said, y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Be accountable.
We appreciate everybody for stopping by. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. And don't just watch the battle. Be part of the battle. All you got to do, look in the description, click the link to the Discord, be part of the audience live.